I remembered it this time.
So did I.
Yeah, it didn't phase me. No, I was like, yep, here it comes.
Old hat.
We're getting used to it. I gotta think of something new.
Yep.
Welcome in, everybody, to Natural 30s. Today is D&D Day. It is time for yet another episode of the Quintessence, a Sammantis Chronicle.
Wow.
Brought to you by us. And who are us? Well, I am Josie Boozer, as we are on the Halloween last stretch of the Halloween weekend. And I'm joined today by my friends. My good friends. And I want you all to introduce yourselves and your characters. Let's start with Aussie Depfro.
That's me. I'm Ozzy Devro, and I play Tinker Slobbersnout, our kobold artificer, whose bite is most certainly worse than his bark. Although if he's angered enough, his bark probably also has flecks of spit, making it as bad as his bite. So honestly, barking or biting, you don't want him near.
And who's your table neighbor?
Table neighbor.
Well, I'm the table neighbor. What a storm. I play Trish. She is a Amethyst Dragonborn bard. Loves her books. Doesn't really know about the world. Very naive to everything, but yet still spirited enough to try and put Tinker in his place.
You what, mate? You come over this side of the table and say that. I'll clamp you. I'll clamp you.
Oh shit!
Oh,
It's happening.
I'll
he's got a
clamp.
clamp.
I got a
He's
clamp.
got a clamp. He's got a clamp.
And I am afraid to use it.
On the other side of the table, where it's usually a lot calmer, we have Roju.
What side of the table is she talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Wait, the table's so
calm side.
Hang on, what's under the table?
Oh god.
That's where I keep all the NPCs.
Oh shit, we're
Oh.
NPCs.
I might get something. My bad.
Wait, are the NPCs just like sock puppets? Like just under the table? Is that
They're not even puppets. They're just socks.
just socks?
Yeah.
A bunch of socks.
Anyway, hi, I'm Roger. you may know me as Participation Award, but on here you can know me as Forrest Barkley, who's a Goliath Paladin. Very big boy, very good boy. All-round boy.
Ultimate boy.
Has stick.
Ultimate boy.
Like
Has
stick.
stick.
Stick good.
Has dick.
I'm going home. I'm leaving.
Has stick.
Has
I mean, he was also naked.
He's got
last
good
session.
dick.
I mean, there was a lot of dick last week.
He's been naked twice.
It's true.
And Cuddly, would you mind
Um.
introducing yourself? And then I will be promptly interrupted by an intro once I go into a weird tangent about a recent conversation.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, but hopefully not before we do our like 2 or 3 announcements, just maybe 2. Hi, I'm Cuddly Raptor. You might know me as Cuddly Raptor. If you don't know me as Cuddly Raptor, that is fine.
I only know Cuddly Rapper.
Yeah, that's my day job.
Or
Here
Creepy
I play
Raptor.
Mirelle. No last name, just Mirelle. She's a grumpy sorceress. She's a half elf. She's not looking at the moon for various reasons. And she's got a cat, Eleonora. And together they're a happy family.
Happy family.
Yeah, that was.
Speaking of announcements, do you have one for us, Cuddly?
I do. I even pulled everything up. I was so excited. Okay. Guys, give me a fan.
Can you still hear me?
Give me
A
an art.
fan?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I
Oh.
just bumped my entire mic
oh.
setup.
I definitely heard that too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
What are we doing?
Wait.
no, it's okay. We were gonna
What's going-
cheerlead fan art, but you know what?
I
I'm just gonna
didn't
tell
see
you
where
about
it was going, and
Yeah.
my brain was just like grinding to a halt.
A? Quick, someone do an N.
I don't.
No, wait. If I
No.
do the F and Orb does the A and Aussie does the N, it says fan on
Fan,
top of
done.
the screen.
Perfect. That's all we
Mhm.
need. This is working really well.
M.
And you got to be like this.
Fam.
Like,
So once again, podcast listeners,
Wow.
you can see this. And
There
I'm
you
so
go.
sorry for that. Anyway, if you like fan art and you like making fan art and you would like to make fan art of the Natural 30s, specifically the Quintessence group, then please do and submit it to us by the 23rd of November. You are going to have to join our Discord. So if you're listening in the chat right now, there's a little command for that. If you're listening on the podcast right now, there's not a little command for that. So you come on over, see the YouTube, see the Twitch channel. It'll be on there. Yeah, and you have the chance to win a cute little merch set, including a T-shirt of, I believe, your choice of color and size, and a hat, and a little set of pins of the main cast.
There you go.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Also, second announcement, we do have on November 13th, at the same time slot as we do our D&D shows, the next one-shot of the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteers, featuring our own Roju.
Oh god, that's me.
Yeah, it's the recurrence of Dauteron.
It's the outrun. There's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
apostrophe there.
Dauteron.
Truly-
It's
Okay,
difficult
sorry.
to not when you're not speaking grung.
Yeah,
Mhm,
you gotta be a
mhm.
frog to get
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
Dauteron.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yes, so that will be the same time slot. This time the theme will be heist. So that's just if you want to play in a heist-based one-shot with our very own Roju and DM'd by me, you just gotta join our Discord. This is a subscription benefit for those of you who want to partake. So get in the Discord, wait for the official announcement with the event link, mark your interest, but before you do, check your calendar, and then we'll draft which players get to participate. And now, everyone, I'm going to go on a tangent. It is up to Roju himself if he wants to interrupt me or not. But
Oh.
yesterday, Cuddly and I started discussing
Enjoy the intro.
Meet me, where the broken sky can be reached below. An elven saying when departing from a loved one. Last time on the Quintessence, a Sammantis Chronicle, due to some homemade torpedo depth charges and a magical influx, the boat, Hold Eater, managed to rock loose from where it was stuck. As they started moving, they realized this boat does not move fast at all, and they had to decide which way to go. They talked amongst themselves and decided to head northwest, hoping to find trees, mostly. Because if they could feed lumber to Hold Eater, the mast, the broken mast at the top deck could be fixed, and that would help them in the future if they could also attain a sail. They talked amongst themselves about how to improve Hold Eater, the living ship that they are on. And during these conversations, Mirel fed some more magic into Hold Eater to help gain some more speed, give a little energy boost. But still, Tinker, going over the various little equipments and gadgets available for navigating, guesstimated that it's going to take them maybe 5 days to reach land. And that's if everything goes well. Amongst these things, they decided to take some time to have a proper look at the good stick that Forrest and Tinker got out of the gums of Hold Eater's second mouth. And there was a conversation, and Tinker simply figured out that it was a very old stick at first, and they started almost passing it around to see if anyone could figure anything out. Mirel immediately felt grossed out, almost like she's touched something that she shouldn't. She didn't feel good holding it. They handed it around, everyone took a quick look, but when Trish grabbed the stick, a singe of pain shot across her neck. Curious, she brought the stick to Nyla, another of the Dragonkin, who also felt a similar pain, though not quite as much pain, being accustomed to cold. But they questioned this. And so Trish went to Tinker and asked what he needed to get to the bottom of this. Tinker explained what he needed, in this instance, something akin to a pearl. And Trish handed over the pearl she was given by Marlin. Tinker took a proper look, and he explained, as he learned the truth of this object, what it was capable of, he recalled histories. And all of them had heard rumors about the 27 dynamic armaments of yore, and what they were holding was a branch of eternity. And the last thing Tinker said was that this is not a good stick.
Look, Tinker, you know a lot of things. Clearly, sticks is not one of them. That's okay. This is a good stick, obviously. You said it's called the branch of eternity, right?
Well, yes, that's its name that many people know it by, but look, in terms of, like, caliber of sticks, yes, it is a good stick, but...
That's what I'm saying.
Well, previous owners of the stick have all met very fishy ends. Sorry,
Fishy?
no offense meant.
Like they all got eaten by a fish.
Oh, no, very suspicious ends.
I'm still not. I still don't
They
get
were
it.
killed, Forrest. They were killed. Or they went missing.
Everything's dies, Tinker.
No. Killed, not died. Killed.
Aye.
Murdered.
Right. Everything dies.
Well, no. Well, yes, but... Well, no, if you use it, actually, maybe not via the passage of time, if you keep a hold of this one, but that's not the point. The point is, we should keep this stick safe and not use it.
Oh, I'm gonna give it to you, Bard. You'd love it. I'm pretty sure I've heard him use the words branch of eternity before. A few people back in the forest used it. Didn't know it was an actual thing.
Right. Well, I mean, you know what? It is yours. Do with it as you will. Just,
Forget
I told you what it
Morel-
is now.
Morel and Trish are also in on this conversation, or are you guys alone?
You're all currently
You're all
gathered
there. Okay.
in the same area.
At least someone else can try and explain it to him, but
Yeah, Morel might jump in and sort of going off of what Tinker has said, go, Look, it would be a beautiful gift, but if what Tinker is saying is true, it might bring harm to Eobard.
It brings harm to me.
Does it?
I can't touch it. It hurts me.
No, it didn't hurt me. It's
Doesn't
fine.
hurt me. Score 1 for the kobolds.
Score 1
Less
for
evolved.
me.
It does not hurt me, but it is
Well-
not comfortable.
Sure. Well, if you didn't like it, that's fine. Just don't touch it, and you'll be alright. But look, I've always brought good sticks to Eobard, and it's not changing now, especially if I've got the best stick.
The best, also worst stick. It's kind of both at the same time.
Sure,
Alright,
but
well-
it's still best, so
As long as you know what you're getting
he'll
into.
know what to do with it, I'm sure.
If he knows a lot about sticks, then
He
probably
knows
will.
everything about sticks, Tinker. Oh, you should see the things he's made.
Well,
Did I
look,
tell you about the one that comes back?
You have told me about the one that
That's
comes
a
back.
good
Yes.
one, that one.
Well, how about you just hang on to that and just don't let anyone who's not a friend take it?
Oh, I don't think it fits in my backpack, right?
No, it's like a full Gandalf staff.
Yeah, because I don't have a bag of holding. So it's like,
Unlike some people.
it's like trying to stick it. It's just like sticking way, way high over his way.
Oh, actually, you know what? I if you want to put it somewhere, give me a second. Tinker would walk over to the back of the ship and sort of because after the realization that he can't actually put anything in the bag of holding, he's realized like, oh yeah, that's of course he was underwater. That makes sense. That makes total sense. He would he'd go just sort of like point the bag of holding towards the back, like behind them, just sort of stick a claw inside it and just think seawater.
Mm-hmm. And it just starts like globbing, like you've got like a big jug, and it's just doing the kalunk, kalunk, kalunk.
Oh my god.
And there's like the constant recoil of the bag as you're pouring out about 2,400 pounds of seawater.
Oh, he's gonna be there forever.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you're
God.
just standing there, it's just like kalunk, kalunk, kalunk.
It's like a
kalunk.
Surely we all
car for
hear this and
water.
just kind of like let him.
Yeah, and it's just like
about
doing
his
the
business.
sloshing out of the bag.
We're all just like kind of waiting
how
on
much
him. like,
water have you got in there?
Well, I was kind of hoping it would be more like a jet engine, but or like a spout or something. But you know what? This is funny in its own right.
It's just standing there. It's gonna take you a couple of minutes to get it all out.
Hmm.
But,
Tinker, did you collect half the ocean?
Apparently.
well, once there's no ocean left in your bag, would you mind holding on to this for Earbird for me? It doesn't
certainly
fit in my
will.
pack.
It will fit in this one. If you would allow me to, Forrest, I will hang on to it.
Oh, thank you, Tinker. Appreciate it.
Oh no, you're trusting me with your good stick. I gotta look after it.
Now, I think we should perhaps keep this very good stick between all of us.
Oh, most certainly.
Maybe not tell.
Well, I'm not
Too
giving
many
it to anyone
outsiders.
else.
No.
Yes, exactly. You want to save it for Eobard, so we do not
Aye,
tell
that's
anyone
right.
else.
Good sticks
Alright.
are hard to come by. You didn't give them to other people. Unless they buy them at the fair.
Of
Oh,
course.
wait, hang on. What do you mean, buy them at the fair? You buy sticks at the fair.
Oh, aye, yeah, every... Actually, I think it was this season that they held the fair. Down in... what was the name of the town again? I cannot remember, but there was a big fair that we'd go once every few seasons, and we'd ride the cart, and Eobard would bring all his sticks that he made, and then people would give him these little coins. Now I know what they are, but He'd give them coins, and he'd give them sticks, and I'd look after their coins for them.
Josie, can I don't know if I would know, but can Mariel make it like a history check or something to know if she knows like of a big fair that goes on, or is this just she might not know?
Yeah, I'll
think
say
it's
you
a
can
good
make a history check.
Yeah,
It's,
okay.
the
they
DC
called
is
it-
a little bit higher.
They called it
Yeah.
the wooden markets. That's the one.
Wooden markets. Okay.
You'd say,
Oh.
Forrest, we're off to the wooden markets, and we'd get in the car and we'd go.
I got a 16. I don't know if that's going to help me at
16.
all.
You wouldn't be surprised if there was a market. Like, a lot of people hold fairs and markets, and especially this season. So you wouldn't know the specific one, but it
Yeah, like
tracks.
it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. They must really like the sticks.
Oh, aye.
Um,
You know, it's probably happening right now, he said, sort of looking at the sky. I wonder if they're all right.
I'm sure they will be.
But anyway, I think we've gotten a little off topic. We were talking about not telling anyone about the staff. So, tell no one about the staff. Even the people who have already seen the staff, who don't know actually what it is. We don't tell them what it is. Right?
Sure.
Agreed.
Tinker is looking at Trish.
Trish is just nodding her head as she's writing a letter.
Yeah, the ears hear we, the eyes say you.
Trish, are you writing about the staff?
No, it's just a letter to home.
Not about the staff?
No.
Good. Home doesn't need to know about everything. Wait, you haven't told them about me, have you?
Well, this is my first letter to home, and you're in it.
Tinker's eyes narrow. Right. He turns, resumes his globbing. Glob, glob, glob.
Trish, how are you going to get the letter home?
I don't know yet. I'm writing it while we're sailing. It's just something to do, and once we hit port, I probably will know someone there, or know of someone maybe there. So yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely will find a way for it to go home.
Do you have a lot of contacts then?
Well, you could say we do, but I haven't officially met them all yet.
So you do not have the contacts then?
Well, not me, but
But
Yeah.
we?
I don't know. I'll figure it out. She's like trying. She's so distracted and writing this letter. She's like talking nonsense, really.
When you said we, I wonder how perceptive you are to hear that the globbing stopped. As Tinker listened in a little harder.
I mean, she's pretty much writing this letter.
And she's just distracted.
That was an interesting little tidbit that Tinker just heard there. The globbing resumes.
What do I roll for nosiness?
I feel like
See how much
in
I can
order to
read?
get the globbing to stop, he had to take his hand out of the
He does.
bag.
Yeah, he takes his hand out and he's like, he puts his hand back in.
Oh, that's great.
Oh. Well,
Is there
Anyway.
anything else particularly that anyone wants to do?
not overly. I want to try and figure out a way to get this boat to move faster, but I can't think of anything. My last ditch was the water out of the bag of holding.
Meryl wants to have a look north to see if there's anything. I think we kind of already did that because we were keeping an eye on, like, because the boat said something was, sorry, ship. The ship said something was north. And I just wanted to know if we could see it.
Yeah, there was another Leviathan north, and you did see it
Oh,
when
and
you
so
were.
that's right. So it made its way all the way up there. And then they said it was like busy with something. something? I'm a busybody.
Something was distracting it or
Yeah.
had its attention. I think was the vibe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if there's a ship up there, Josie.
Maybe we could salvage
I
some
will
sails.
let you know that I've done some changes to the map of the continent and your visibility.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
a bit more representative of what it actually would be like.
See shit. Okay.
So your span of vision is a bit less.
It's,
Okay,
it's
I
a lot
see.
less.
It's just little guy. Okay.
This little tiny thing.
Just little.
That
Yes.
is
It's just a small boy.
that is very small.
Yes, and that is because I've been doing research, people.
Mm-hmm,
I've been
yeah.
reading up on them boats and seafaring navigation.
Oh, hit me up about that shit. I used to do that with cadets, so.
Yeah, so this is a representative of the span of vision that you would have on average.
Mhm.
Now, if you got the way it works is that you can see about
So that's our horizon,
4.5.
basically.
Yeah, you can see about 4 to 4.5 kilometers, I think, per foot of surface. But then you also have to
Elevation.
count with like the actual waves.
Yeah, with the waves. Yeah.
So if you had a crow's nest, you would be able to see a lot further. If you can get someone up
mean a
higher,
tinker
they can
nest.
see further.
Is
Can
Tinker
we just
gonna
like
go up there?
occasionally like spring boot Tinker up into the air so you can have a look?
Yeah, so this is
Amazing.
taken into account the fact that you have a telescope and it is like 10 feet above surface level.
Ooh, actually, I have an idea.
Okay.
If like Trish can fly for 1 minute. So if Trish flies directly up for 30 seconds holding Tinker, then Tinker activates the spring boots, jumps up, right? And we get as much height as possible, and then Tinker falls and just casts Feather Fall at to when he gets closer to the boat. If he has the telescope on him, surely he would be able to get a decent.
And with keen
Well,
mind,
hang on. We can extend on this because if you actually
what I'm
hit
here
me before you do, I can use Gift of the Gem Dragon, which throws you 10 foot away from me.
Even better.
So if you prepare yourself, we could
No. We
some-
can go further. If Forrest throws Trish, who's holding Tinker,
oh yeah.
if you use like a stone strike and
Okay.
launch Trish into the air,
If Morel needs a stiff drink right about now.
No, but Tinker can also at the rise of his jump, fire his cannon to allow the recoil to propel him even further.
oh shit, Newton's third law of motion. But I will say, because you'd be at the top of the height, like for a very short time, you can do all of this, but I'm saying you can't do like a full 360 and remember everything, but you can pick a direction to scope out. Like,
Hey,
I can't
Well,
fly today.
actually,
how long?
actually,
If you could read keen mind, though,
and
Oh my
yeah,
God.
but
Right,
that still requires that you
anything-
can see the
it's anything you've
details. If he's
seen, right?
spinning, if
No,
he's
but-
spinning,
right. Okay,
No,
so we
no,
just
no.
need to spin him within the frame rate of a kobold vision.
so Feather
And-
Fall.
but
So
he also
there's no
needs to be
smear
able to
frames.
see all the details. Because he
Yeah.
can remember, that doesn't mean that he can just like he doesn't have full eidetic memory, but like I would say if he did several jumps in different directions, then yes.
Okay, hear
But
me
you
out.
can't just jump and go spinning and
I-
just
Well-
like scan everything.
No, I got this. We fire Tinker from his own cannon. Done.
Oh, of course.
Easy.
Oh, and
I
it- and just
a
have-
couple steps away.
Well,
Okay,
I guess as long as we have Trish there to just like hover him for a minute and just give him the slow lighthouse spin, then
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
She can't because
I've only got a minute.
yeah.
Oh no, but like
Yeah,
we
but
launch
what's
you
the
both,
speed?
and then like at the peak of the thing, then wings come out, and you've got
Oh.
a minute
What's your
of.
flying speed though?
Yeah.
Salmon's got walking speed.
Can you keep up with
So
the ship?
30.
Yeah.
So you can
Keeping
go
up with the ship
300
is not
feet.
the hard part.
Okay.
No, the ship's slow.
So I'd say, considering Featherfall, Trish could just grab Tinker and they could just bolt upwards for a minute and then just like
Rely on your featherfall.
Yeah, we could.
Mhm.
We could.
and you could get what would that be?
Yeah,
a minute?
300
Did you say
feet.
300 feet?
Tinker, what do your kobold
You
eyes
get-
see?
Yeah, so you'd get like
Oh wait, no,
my God.
dash included. It means you get 600 feet with a 10-minute
600 feet
with a 1 minute fly, right?
Yeah.
Because it's
Hold
10 rounds is a minute, and if it's
Yeah.
60 feet with a dash per round, then it's 600 feet.
Hold on, I gotta do math.
Math is hard.
It's just 10 times the move
With
speed.
that in mind, and we're talking about how vision works, like yes, an eye can perceivably see as far as possible, but it comes into context the quality of what you can see at the distance. But if you went full 600 feet up into the air,
With the binoculars.
hold on.
Look, this was not on my
You
bingo card tonight.
Because we don't
You'd be
need
able
micro
to
detail
see-
after all. We just need macro detail.
Let's go!
No, you don't understand how far you'd be able to see if you went that far up. Hold on. According to my napkin math,
According to my
you would,
calculations,
you would be able to see everything.
Hell
you can see the
yeah!
entire map.
Let's go.
But that would be if the entirety of the continent and everything upon it was flat.
I think his brain would just pop with the overload of information.
But I will say you could definitely get a bit more vision. You wouldn't get any details, but you'd get more vision. Like I would scope out some of this for you.
Well, the whole thing is moot because Trish already flew and needs a long rest before she can fly.
Ah.
So we gotta,
It's a
Tomorrow,
tomorrow
though.
problem.
it's a tomorrow problem.
Problem.
But first thing
That's true.
tomorrow, we
Tomorrow's
have a great
just a day away.
Oh my goodness.
all right. Well, that's the vision. Okay, vision is solved. Once per long rest, we can get a full, look in a direction.
Pick a
or two.
direction. Pick your favorite direction.
So that's not too bad. Speed
Currently,
is
you
still
were
the
heading
issue.
northwest.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out the speed problem. How do we speed up this ship?
We don't.
I think we don't.
We just
you did
gotta.
speed it up a little bit. It is currently moving, even sped up. It is moving at 30 feet pace.
Okay,
So we're just walking across the ocean.
hear
Yeah.
me out. We just go north and lasso the Leviathan and just,
Can the boat
One.
talk to the Leviathan?
yeah.
Can Trish
Sure.
talk to the Leviathan using that thing she does so well and so annoyingly at the worst moments?
At that moment, you hear in your head, no.
Yes, you can. Really? Don't talk back to me, Missy.
What are you talking about? Well, Trish turns to Morale and go, "You're a pretty good swimmer, are you not?"
I'm not going to pull a boat.
I'm not saying pull a boat, but I was saying if we get close enough to one of these islands, maybe you could swim to them.
What
see if there's
island?
the mainland, and if there's resources there, then you can sort of like wave us down to go that way.
I could try, but I am not going to be much faster than the ship. We're going to go at the same pace.
Oh, you look like you're much faster than the ship.
Well, thank you, but looks are not everything.
Oh, well, it was just meaning you in the water you were doing so well. Well, this one was doggy paddling.
Yes, better than me does not mean faster than an actual ship. Better than me means faster than a snail. I know where my faults lie. I don't need to know how to swim in the tunnels. If
Look,
there's water in a tunnel, I'm dead. There's no other way around it.
I learned I can fish. I can fish. Oh, I can fish! And she just like goes into the captain's cabin again and starts rooting around in her bag. And
you
comes
have a
back
net?
out with her net. Yeah. And just goes, How are we doing on the rations?
Oh,
I mean, rations ain't got anything on a freshly caught fish.
I've got like 3 days, I reckon.
All right. And she's like focused, and
But
she.
like, you should do some fishing though, regardless.
Yeah, she's gonna. Josie, I want to set Morel up for fishing. I only want to
Okay.
fish this episode. This is my fishing episode.
Oh shit, fishing minigame. This is
This is the fishing minigame.
peak.
And Forrest will be assisting for sure.
Oh yes.
Tinker will start dragging Trish towards the captain's cabin.
No, what are we
Whoa.
doing?
Trouble.
Ooh.
We're figuring out this speed problem.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just checking. You can check in. Oh my god. Yeah, it says that you don't even need to make checks. Mirel can catch up to
Fish.
10 people's worth of food per day if she spends an amount of time fishing.
Hell yeah.
Now I know you said that, like, you know, like depending on what the ocean has. So I'm happy to not necessarily have 10 people, but whatever you think is fair,
I
Josie.
mean, a feature is a feature. I would
I mean,
argue.
I'll take
Feature is a
it.
feature.
Okay.
I will ask you, however, roll a d4. This would be the total amount of hours you spend during the day catching fish. Because you're still out in the ocean.
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours.
That still means for the next 4 hours, Mirel is busy, because you're out in the middle of the ocean. Fish usually don't exist in the open surface ocean.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta swim down, you gotta find some like kelp forests, or you gotta wait for some flotsam to come by where fish might have gathered under.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're swimming around with your net underwater, just catching whatever you can as you come by it. Keeping pace with the boat without issue. Every now and then you can see at the front of the boat, like almost like the planks splinter open as like a shoal of fish comes, and the boat just like eats the fish.
That is mildly terrifying. Yep.
It's
Because
amazing.
it's got those what's
Oh.
it called? Baleen? What are they called? The whale teeth.
What are our... I just had a thought, because if Morel doesn't need Forrest's help, I was just thinking what he could do. What if...
I would say we can half the time if Forrest is like ready with a rope, and as Mirel comes with a net, you just bring it up to empty it into containers of some sort.
I had a thought, like a raft thought, right?
Raft idiots
The raft
return.
idiots.
Yeah, I had a raft idiot's thought. Like, I don't know how, because you mentioned flotsam.
I do love lots.
Perhaps
Every
we could
now
be
and then
getting
there's
like with a bit of maybe maneuvering and like calling out where it is, we could maybe have a small, like a passive small amount of wood being ingested.
Eat the flotsam. Well, what is
Yeah.
the flotsam? Is it seaweed or is it wood?
I would say there's like a chance for some wood. Usually
maybe-
these flotsam are not big, but you know what? I'm gonna ask for a check.
Like across the average, because we're going to be out here for days, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be out here for days. Yes, I'm not against the plan. I'm just doing some quick thinking, and I'm gonna ask again for a D4 check from Forrest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this would be the amount of hours just added to the travel time for tiny detours. Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, we're rolling fours today.
Oh, baby. Let's go.
Okay, hold on. I got a
They
math.
don't call him Forest for nothing.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's why I
got-
rolled forward for you.
110. Hold on. I've been sitting with a calculator these past sessions, so ready.
You're so ready.
110. No. So you're currently... I can't math. What the fuck am I doing?
I don't math either. Don't look at me.
Hold on.
It's all right. Just guess.
No, because I've made the map in kilometers, but the game system works in miles.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So I just gotta do
no.
some quick
Damn it,
conversions
America.
for classic America. Here we go. So you're currently traveling at 3 miles per hour because the boat is sped up. And you've got 69 miles left to travel to reach shore at
Nice.
as it's currently. There are changes that might happen. So hold on. If we divide by 3,
Hold on.
so it's currently.
What if, Roju, we just attached Tinker to a long rope and you just threw Tinker out the ocean towards the flotsam like the hook from Raft?
You
And
have
he
a
just grabs
grappling
it.
hook on a.
No, but then when Tinker's at the arc of the throw, he throws his grappling hook out.
We're doing a lot of.
I mean, if
throwing
it's
things,
if it's
okay? I
that
can't
far
say I'm
away, then
against it,
absolutely.
yeah.
Otherwise, you could just like give it the claw.
Yes.
So currently it's looking just shy of 3 days to reach shore because I've removed the grid system. We have more accurate margins.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
But with this detour, with these tiny detours, it's just gonna take a little bit longer.
That's
That's
right. What's a
fine.
few hours compared to 3 days?
And it's feeding Hold Eater, so you know
Yeah.
Hold Eater's happy.
But I will say, so what we're gonna do real quick, we're gonna take this in stride. 1, 2, 3, 4. So by the time the 4 hours have passed, you've gathered fish for everyone. Mirella is bringing up. She's got some crustaceans. She's got fish of different sizes. Some various seafoods, including edible kelp and seaweed and algae and all that stuff. And there's been some wood ingested. The front mouth of the ship does not consume produce like this. It's to sate hunger for Hold Eater. So these planks actually have forces working to get them up on the ship, and then he's having to run down and feed them.
Oh.
But you do see over these hours, because you told Hold Eater what you want to do, the mast is growing, little fibers and splinters are growing.
That's so cool. I love it.
So it's still far from being done, but I'll keep in mind to knock off a little bit. But with that, you've not gained any actual ground. We've moved those 4 hours.
No, of course. I mean, we're on the water after all.
You're on the water.
There's no ground,
And by this moment, you realize the ship is slowing down as it's the magical boost has run out.
Oh,
Damn it.
we gotta reduce
To
it.
recharge it.
I'll
As
reduce
I said,
it.
it gets a 10 feet boost per spell slot level. They don't stack in speed, but in duration.
Oh, and sorry, and it's mid-afternoon, just about from the time on
Yeah.
this clock. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I'll get us to. How long have we been going? Because I remember that the ship also needs to rest.
The ship basically sleeps. So when you go to bed, the ship
will go to bed. Okay.
yeah, it doesn't move at night, essentially.
Maybe I'll just give it enough.
It uses some passive effort to stay as put as it can in the water.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm not gonna say that unless there's actual big currents, I'm not gonna be the kind of person who's you wake up and you're way off course.
No, that would suck. I'm gonna put in fuck it. I'm just gonna put in my first level spell slots, all 4 of them.
Okay. So you're
gonna
giving it 4 more
Give
hours
it
of boost.
4 more hours. Yeah.
Okay.
That should get us pretty close to when we would probably stop. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, once we, I think once we're hitting sleepy times, everyone can just dump whatever they haven't used for the day.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Well,
have a big.
would that carry over to the next morning, though? I wonder.
Presumably, if it's just energy spent over time, right? Just filling up the fuel tank.
I'll allow it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say during the day, it might not be able to save whatever's left, but I will say specifically for nighttime, you can definitely Whatever's
Dump a
left
couple.
will be left
Okay.
in the morning.
Cool.
Fair enough. So while these guys are doing this for the 4 hours,
Yes,
Tinker
for 4 hours.
yeah, would so Tinker's like, to Trish, right, I have an idea. I'm gonna go talk to Holdita about it though.
What's the idea? I really want to write this letter.
No, fine, you can write your letter, but I might need you soon.
She comes down and she follows, but she's still writing.
So yeah, Tinker would lead Trish into the captain's cabin and sort of, you know, check on Holdita. How's he doing? Is he just chilling?
Yeah, you come into the captain's quarters and you hear, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily,
Trish,
merrily,
Trish
merrily,
does look up
merrily.
an amusement from this.
I'm on top of the sea.
See, now I'm glad you corrected yourself at the end because I was about to point out the glaring issues in your little ballad there. But, Holdita, can you see, like, what's going on under the waters? Like, under the water around
Under
us?
the sea?
No, under the water.
Down
Under
where
the...
it's wetter?
No, I didn't.
Down where it's better?
Holdita, please. I'm trying to figure out a way to get us to land faster so we can fix you.
Are you saying I'm broken?
How could you say that,
Mask
Tinker?
out there is
Oh.
broken, yes.
And Trish
You
jumps
I'm
on the
just a hole in
bandwagon.
your fin.
And it's working.
I can't see, but I can feel.
Okay, you can feel it. So, can you normally
Yeah,
feel...
like things moving around, I can tell.
Right. Is there... So, if something, like, was underneath that was, like, particularly large, you would know if it was down there, right?
Probably, yeah.
Right. Is there anything large around us right now?
Not really.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Well, you are hoping for some salvage or something underneath, and we
Oh,
can
I was
do-
hoping for, like, a large creature we could telepathically talk to and see if we could convince them to take us in the direction we need to go, like drag us, you know?
I mean, I do like the idea.
But if there's nothing around...
Well,
Holy, you can't talk to other creatures under the water, can you?
I mean, kinda.
Can you,
I
like,
mean-
put out an SOS or something?
Yeah, if I want to die.
Want to die? Why would you die if you're asking for help?
Would you go into, like, what's an actual place on land where there's bad things? You do
Like-
realize Leviathans eat each other, right?
But you're not a Leviathan, you're a ship.
They don't know the difference.
Well, then maybe...
Put it like this. To them, I still look like one, or feel like one, I guess. Luckily, I'm not the type they usually eat. It's more like they leave me alone, but if I'm actively calling for them, that's a bit of a
yeah,
tilt off.
I don't think I can hook down a fish like that, Tinker.
Oh. Fine, all right. It's... I guess we'll just keep going on at our slow walking speed.
I'm doing everything I can.
I'll be back.
No, it's not your fault. It's clearly my fault for not coming up with a better plan.
Okay.
No.
Old eater.
Just go back to your lovely little ballad. I'll just be sitting out here, and then Tinker would be walking out. He'd walk out while, you know, sort of saying, you know, just thinking up of dud ideas and plans that aren't going to work. No one's going to be able to, and he just keeps going as he walks away.
Okay.
He's left Trish in the room.
See the fish on the wall just looks at you, Trish. Did you need something?
Trish's head back into the letter. Need something? Actually, no. Maybe. Possibly. Before you became a ship,
Yeah.
did you have many friends?
I guess.
Have you traveled far from your friends?
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't used to be around here.
Where did you used to be from?
Oh, way away.
I'm from away as well.
Wow. We're
Yeah,
from
you-
the same place?
Oh, you could think that, but I'm more on land and you're more on water. But no, it's okay. I had an idea, but I don't think it's gonna work. But do you like pats?
What's a pat?
And she's awkwardly gonna like give him some pats. Like this.
Oh.
Do you like this?
Oh. Oh. Yeah. That was nice.
I love it.
Do it again.
She continues to do it as she's
Aw.
now just up against the wall, sort of like riding with one hand, patting with the other, and just that's how she's gonna spend
You
her
have
up.
a pet fish now. You know that, right? You have a pet fish. Nice.
What does Trish and Tinker do for the next, essentially, 3 hours and 50 minutes?
After a while, Trish is gonna actually slide down and fall asleep.
In the chair or in Mirel's bed?
Well, she'll be next to the fish, so she'll be,
Yeah.
yeah. So probably in the chair, more or less, and yeah, Letter is just sort of on her lap, facing up.
So you just taking a snooze?
An unplanned snoozed. She just snoozed.
What does Tinker do?
I mean, I had one idea, but then Trish having a bit of a snooze kind of prompted me for another idea.
Having a bit of a peek, eh?
Yeah, he's curious about that letter.
I mean,
So when you say she fell asleep, was she like riding and she just like kind of fell asleep with the stuff still in her hands, or
Like, if you can imagine, like, there's a folder there and she's riding like that, right?
yeah.
Just sort of like falling asleep like that. Like, her hands sort of just rolled off to the side, sort of thing.
Okay. So you'd say she's kind of leaning on the paper and everything, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, she'll be just sort of.
Like that. Okay. All
yeah,
right.
like her hands on the paper still, but yeah.
Okay. All right. I'd like a stealth check.
You want to stealth? Okay.
I wanna stealth.
What is the passive perception of one Trish?
14.
Okay. Give us a stealth check. Tinker Slobbersnout.
Alrighty. I'm gonna push because I got 13.
Well, with a push, you will get an automatic success.
That's
because
right.
you're
Oh,
beautiful.
Nice.
So you're about to step in, and Hold Eater's avatar, if you will, locks eye with you and is just about to say something.
And Tinker would wink.
You see the fish on the shelf tries to wink, or does like it tilts his head, and it's just like shaking.
Satisfied that Tinker's distracted the fish, he will then skulk into the room and attempt to gently and daintily pry the letter out of Trisha's hands.
Okay.
You're gonna
Sleight of
pry
hand.
it out. Ooh.
Just gonna
One sleight of hand.
sleight of hand.
You could have just read it over her shoulder, but here you are, like, going extra fancy steps.
Yeah.
With the gripper? Try it out with the. I'm just
No.
You
No, this
grab
is
the
okay.
letter and gingerly like slip it out of her fingers,
Ooh.
and you have it in your hand.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna just DM it to
Yes, because Orb
Yeah.
sent me the actual contents of the
Ah,
letter.
shit! Let's go!
Oh,
Yeah. So it is now
It's an
DM'd.
actual letter.
It's been DM'd
I'm
to.
so excited.
I
Yeah.
want to know.
Let's go. Oh shit! Hey, all right. Let me just read this real quick to myself because
Oh
I don't
my
want to
gosh.
reveal too
Oh my
much.
gosh.
Um,
I'm so excited.
all right, okay, all right, yeah. My gosh, yeah. Remind Tinker to maybe teach Trish the finer points of punctuation.
Oh, I
Um,
was writing it down really
Mine.
quickly. I was literally writing this as she goes.
No, it's great. It's great. No, it's good. No, it reads like she's been stopped and started like so many times.
Which she has.
She has,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. With this, okay, reading that. All right. Tinker, he'll kind of like scan it really quickly, and then just sort of place it on the ground as if it's like just fallen out of her grasp,
Okay, yeah.
and then stealth out of the room.
Okay. So you tiptoe out. The fish, the Hold Eater's avatar, is still trying to wink. The lack of lids making it difficult. It gives up eventually. And what else happens? Otherwise, we're gonna go forward in time.
Well, there was the actual thing I was going to do at Tinker until Orb gave me that wonderful idea. Thank you, Orb. And that's Tinker would like to just sort of spend time tinkering with his crossbow. Just sort of understanding more about it and just seeing if there was... He's just going to work on it and work on ideas and theories on how to miniaturize the crossbow further. Not looking for any particular goal out of it. I'm just putting it out there into the world that he is actively researching.
Going through his blueprints.
Yep.
Writing up schematics. Doing
Doing
the
big think.
things.
Yeah, doing the
Big
thing. Doing the...
Is he doing this in his room?
Yeah, he'd be doing it in his room. Why not?
Okay. So a couple of hours later, Mirel comes up out of the water, probably whatever rope that Forrest was using to get these pieces of flotsam wood out of the water, eventually is used to get Mirel herself back on top of the ship. And she comes
there
up,
you
she's
go.
gathered a lot of fish. Forrest has probably brought up some of the empty, like, barrels or crates, whatever seemed to be able to hold water. They've been filled with a little layer of water and a lot of fish and other various, like, mussels, clams, as I said, edible seaweed, probably some shrimp as well that was just moving around. Every now and then, where there was a high point underwater, you might have gone down and grabbed a couple of crabs.
Crabs. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's food, but the amount of people you are, as well as feeding Hold Eater. Well, Hold Eater is maintaining food himself now that he's moving. These are not rations; these are perishable foods.
Yeah.
So they
So-
will last. I will say they carry over a day or two.
Yeah, I was
they-
gonna say she probably didn't get much more than like a day or maybe a day and a bit.
'Cause you
Yeah.
could get up to 10, like, full day meals for 10 people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you could hold back and just get the exact amount, or you could get that little extra surplus, but it will only carry over a day or two.
Day. Yeah.
So I'd say
Um,
fishing for 2 days will get you food for 3 days for the current crew.
Okay. Yeah, then she would probably get a little extra, although she wouldn't normally go over what she needed. Yeah.
I just wanted to say
Just-
something like 2 days worth of work will get you 3 days worth of food.
Yeah.
Get
Makes sense.
3, pay for 2.
Oh my god. I love
That's
that deal.
basically what's happening.
I like it. I like it.
So the hours pass. Magic has been given to Hold Eater to start moving, start progressing. It is a little bit slow going as there are these little detours to pick up Flotsam. But anyone who passes by every now and then, it just looks like the mast is growing incrementally, but noticeably. Like if someone like Tinker maybe makes marks, and you will see that it's like growing above, and there's visible changes. Still, the mast is nowhere near completion,
Mhm.
and you don't have access to a sail, but you are moving forward.
Yeah.
Trish, you wake up, your letter fallen out of your hand, laying on the ground.
And a panic picks it up. Try and reads where she was up to and adds a little bit on the end. But on the end, it's more or less just XOXOXOXO.
The most important part, arguably.
And yeah, she'll now seal the envelope. I'll seal the thing, put it in a bag, and then walk off outside and see what everyone's up to.
What is everyone up to at this point?
Hmm.
Well, you probably see Mirelle going through, like, sorting out the various produce she's acquired.
Yeah, maybe sort of being like, this will be only good for today, this will actually save for tomorrow, kind of thing. Maybe putting away the stuff that she thinks they can have tomorrow.
First would just be sort of like up the front of the ship, sort of just leaning on the railing, just looking at the water, spotting the, trying to spot any occasional bits of flotsam or jetsam that is anywhere
Doing,
around.
like, small corrections to the course to get close to them, then grabbing your loop of rope, pull them up, you run them down, feed them to Hold Eater.
But I imagine most of the time is just more spent looking and waiting, because I imagine there's not a heap out there, but
Yeah.
just chilling.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
You'd find Tinker, who, after being in his room for a while, got bored and sort of relocated up onto the deck. He's just finished putting his crossbow back together after taking it completely apart, and there's a little piece of wood just sitting there in front of him, and he's now realized that he is somehow at some point of the process forgotten a piece and doesn't know where this piece goes back in.
No.
He's scratching his head very trying to, like, where did this piece go? And you see him at one point, he sort of holds it up and, like, pulls the trigger while looking down the barrel. It was loaded, of course, but like,
right.
but there's the he's so confident that the piece that he's accidentally left out just doesn't let it fire. But yes,
That one
he's,
Lego piece.
Yeah, that one Lego piece. He's like, where does it go? Where did it come from? I don't know.
Did I miss something, or are these extras?
Yeah, so he's well, the thing is, he started with a full crossbow, so it can't be extra.
It has to be there somewhere.
So
Amazing.
if you look away from him, you see him starting to take it apart again.
Okay. Trish's not going to go talk to anyone, but more or less wants to know how everyone's sort of feeling. She's going to detect thoughts and
I
try
thought
and
she was
get.
gonna go around and taking survey.
No, she's going to detect thoughts and just see what everyone is sort of feeling about the trip so far, including
Okay.
the fish.
Including the fish. Hold Eater's currently thinking, like, what would Hold
Hold Eater
Eater's
just singing again.
actually, as the afternoon has come, Hold Eater is humming a little tune mentally.
I like that.
Aw.
Sounds like a lullaby.
Ready for naps. What's Boris's like thoughts on the trip so far?
So how much do you glean from this? Just so I know
Just
what to give you.
surface thoughts.
Just surface at the
just
moment.
a very top.
I'm not pushing into stuff yet. Not
I
yet.
mean, because I imagine the surface would be just simply
Yeah.
what he's doing at the moment. Just looking out for. Is that a bit of? No, that's just a weird glint. That's all that's on the surface, really.
Okay. Tinker.
Yeah. So you've caught him as he's taking apart the crossbow, and he's thinking, "Stupid crossbow! I bet you I can make a better one than this. I don't need. Who needs little tiny bits of wood? You just replace with something stronger. No, I know a bone. Absolutely, we can fix that with bone, and then this or that. You know what? I reckon if I got a bit of twine and put it here." No, that wouldn't work because if I just did that, I'll pull the trigger and just.
And she stopped listening to you.
The
at that
duality.
point. She's like, "Nah, I'm over that rambling." Morale.
Yeah, Mirelle is just sorting the seafood. She kind of seems like if it's surface level thoughts, there's not too much going on there because this is very automatic for her since she is like a job. And she's also humming a little tune. Sounds like a lullaby.
Okay. Trish doesn't know anyone else around, like as in like she can use it as a bit of a sonar at the same time. So
What about?
I mean, you do
passengers?
know that Nyla and Vanya are below deck.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, what are
they
they?
are. Well, how much? Because I know that lets you sense intelligence, but sensing thoughts, does it have a? Does it say that it can only do through certain objects, or does it go through walls?
I'm reading that now. I can't go through 2 feet. The spell penetration barriers, but 2 feet of rock, or 2 inches of any metal other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead block, I can't detect through.
Okay, well then these are just like wood walls, so you can definitely hear the thoughts. Vanya's thoughts, surface level. There's not so much thoughts as it's just trying to not think about home, trying to not think about her current situation. She's just actively trying to rest and sleep. And Nyla is almost like she's going through a contingency plan. Her thoughts are like, okay, can I make it back to Hague? Would I still have my job? Probably not. Where do I go? My cover's been blown. Campbell is too close. I'd have to travel. I wonder if they'd give me a budget for travel expenses, or if I'd have to pull out of my own pockets. Where do I go? Do I requisition a new disguise? That's it.
Ideas have popped up.
Oh.
Okay. From that, Trish is probably just gonna go to morale, help with preparing the food. Sort of, as it gets late, obviously got to cook the food, so she's like, they're just sort of helping morale out.
Yeah. I think eventually they would probably take it down to the little kitchen and store whatever they're not eating and sort of prepare, depending on what they have. And it'll be simple, but it'll be well prepared, well cooked.
Yeah, there's not a lot of options for seasoning, but it's cooked food. It's like freshly cooked food. And Nyla does ask if you can sort of like make it a little bit more soupy for Vanya.
Sure.
Just to make it easier and to get something that's a bit like warmer and lasting.
Yeah.
At one point, you hear a "Eureka!" from wherever Tinker is, and then you hear the audible twang of a crossbow being fired, and then you hear a.
Oh my god. So I want to believe that Tinker has just been like moving around the ship trying to work on this. This is what he's been just from
he figures
somewhere in the.
because if he puts it together at a different spot,
Yeah.
then
New
it's-
brainwaves.
yeah, new brainwaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Josie, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that we might be able to get food, but fresh water is going to be interesting.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if we've got a stove, then
You just boil water.
Well,
Right?
Well,
True.
seawater.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot we had a stove. Oh,
We
of
got-
course. Because what would I was still thinking Nana and cook fire, like camping fire. Yeah. We don't want
You
that
have
on
a
a ship.
stove, you have some basic pots. It takes time and effort, but you can make drinkable water.
Yeah. No, that
But it's gonna take a fair amount of work to like amass a storage of drinkable water.
yeah, it would probably be like,
Currently, it's more like there's a pot of water on the stove,
and you just
and
fill up your
people
flask.
go and and you just like fill up your own drinking vessel from that.
And if you're the last one that takes the water out of the pot, you have to refill it and you have to boil it.
Everyone be super careful to not be the last
And
one.
it still tastes different from like fresh water that's sourced from a freshwater source.
Mhm.
And every now and then there might be like a little bit of silt in the water as well. Like it's water. It's drinkable. You're hydrating.
All right, Tinker's mouth breaks down the worst of most things, to be honest.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. You don't even taste this. Like you don't even know there's silk.
He offered to gargle the water for everyone to get rid of all that silt and everything like that, but no one took him up on the offer. He doesn't know why.
Yeah, we didn't.
I don't know why.
Carol just kind of stared at him and didn't even say anything and just 180'd and just walked out the door.
Oh, I try to help.
Is there anything else anyone does throughout the day?
Mm,
I don't think so.
Tinker tends to his battle bug egg. He kind of like coos over it for a while. Maybe gives it a little clean up, changes its bedding, make sure the temperature's all right, make sure it's got a little, humidity's all good.
You got your pamphlet with instructions.
Yeah. He's picking out outfits when it hatches. Trying to think of really awesome
names.
Well, he doesn't know what's hatched yet. We can't think of names. But he was also. Whatever the name was going to be, the suffix was going to be, destroyer of all opponents. It's like, it
yeah.
would be like, yeah. So, but that's, aside from that, he's got nothing yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had a thought. The spell canister we have has purify food and water.
He does.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So
So we could just get like a barrel of water and purify the whole thing at once?
I think it should say in the spell how much it can do in one go.
yeah, it's where is it? Purify. There it is. All non-magical food and drink within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point within of your choice within range is purified and rendered free of poisons and diseases.
Would we consider this a poison or disease?
Probably
Anything's a
not.
poison
Just-
in enough concentration.
Yeah. So, but considering what the spell is meant for.
It's for purifying food and water.
It's for purifying. So I'd say it can definitely make a barrel of water drinkable. For sure.
Conceivably, it could also preserve the fish, essentially, as well.
Well,
I guess if you have it rotten
Purifying-
and then it
Because
purifies.
if removing poison and disease purifies the food. So
But does it
won't.
save it from going bad?
Well, yeah, because it wouldn't be poisonous.
Poison.
Like you wouldn't
Would
be
you
getting
have
food
to-
poison from it. That's the point, right?
It would just taste
But
real
it would probably still taste real bad.
Yeah.
It would still probably break down, but you're removing the bacteria
mean-
in the instant you spray it.
Flavor is flavor, but it's edible food.
bad. Yeah. I mean, Mirelle's probably she's never really gonna go and collect too much more than she needs, regardless.
That's the thing.
It's
At this
not
point,
like-
does it really like? Because we
Yeah.
can just fish for more fish.
Yeah,
Like,
she's just gonna fish.
yeah. I don't think it really.
She's probably gonna do it a little bit every
It doesn't
day,
matter
so-
right now, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that like we've got
In
this
the
tool
future.
and it does this thing, which is perfect for being on a ship.
Mm.
I'll also do some reading and thinking how to treat it, but I will say for now, definitely you can do it like on a water storage, for sure. So the water situation is solved.
Until
so you
Tinker
also-
takes a bath in it.
Then you gotta
Do
just
not
spray it.
Do not do this.
Spray it again.
Hang on, give me.
You're the
let me
last
check.
one who used it. You're filling up the water.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me check something.
Oh no.
Mm,
Not
we'll
this
see.
time, huh?
We'll see if he gets a midnight bath or not.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know. Mirelle would probably look at how the mast is going, maybe, and just
It's growing.
yeah, it's growing.
It's
great.
growing.
And maybe right before bed, feed more spells or dump them in there.
Okay.
If you want me to keep track of that, I can. Or if you're like,
Yeah, Trish would also dump spells as well.
Before bedtime.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
I've got 4 first level and 2 second level slots.
Hold on, pick up this.
I
I will say that it will only need, according to this thing, baseline 8 slots worth per day is enough
Okay.
to keep it. But
Oh.
with like if it takes extra time or you do detours, like the added time for finding the flotsam would adjust it. But if you're only going straight forward, it's 8 slots per day.
Okay. We should hit that pretty easily. In fact, I've got that
I
bump
think
myself.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
yeah, I could do it too. So,
Awesome. Well, then maybe we also have Flotsam covered. Yay.
yeah. All right.
Tinker
Well,
will not add to the spell slots because he is worried about being ambushed.
That's so
Okay.
smart.
He's paranoid.
And for probably good reason.
let's just say you don't want Trish using these spells on a ship.
No, yeah, I do not want you casting any form of earth tremors
Please don't
or
make us
sleeping
sleep.
on this ship, please.
If you make this ship sleep, I will.
If only
I
to
don't know what
sleep,
I'll
we
do.
just capsize. Is that
Oh yeah, we don't actually know what conditions the ship is
How much
like,
HP does
vulnerable to.
Helvita have?
Oh,
You don't
jeez.
know these things.
It's something for Tinker to check. Let him get his little knife and he'll start digging away and see.
I will let you know it does have some resistances until an HP threshold
Hmm.
because it's like wood covered flesh, essentially wood and steel shell, and then there's flesh underneath.
Oh my gosh, are we just on a giant hermit crab?
Kinda.
I just want you all to know that we missed an amazing opportunity to like take part of the skeleton and feed it to the ship and have like a bone hull.
See,
That would have been sick,
that would have been
guys.
great.
That would have
Oh,
been sick,
where
and I
was
only
that
just
idea?
thought of it today. I hate it.
Well, there's always next time.
We could just feed it fresh corpses. There's bones in that.
Oh, sick, yeah.
I mean, all the fish it's eating technically have
There's
some
a little
kind
bit of bone in that.
skeletal.
Yeah.
Let's find some people. I mean, what?
Although
Yeah,
it might just
it's
be
not a bit.
dissolving the
Still
bone
pointing
for,
out
for
that
food.
things it eats with its actual like feeding mouth do not provide anything for like
Hmm.
onboard creation.
Right.
People go
Tinker
in
is
engine mouth.
happy to carry any enemies into the engine mouth if need be.
I mean, it's hiding evidence.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And if we want to build anything out of meat, you know,
Yeah.
Hate that.
You do feel.
Can we make a
as-
sail out of skin?
You know, that's actually not a terrible idea.
What have I done? What have I done?
Sure.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Don't apologize. It's actually genius.
I mean, yeah, or like you could feed it. I mean, seaweed is fibers.
true. Yeah,
It
that's
could probably be converted.
but that's way less
into something.
terrifying.
What if you do both and there's like a face? It's like it's like the last human in.
Oh
Doctor
yeah,
Who.
yeah. That's,
Oh,
So it's like
yeah.
a big leathery face.
we
in
just
the
have to keep
sail.
hydrating it every now and then.
Oh,
with a
no.
rainbow.
we need to moisturize our sail.
Moisturize our sail.
I hate it.
Oh my god! Imagine going around with this really tall, like wet scrub brush, and just like brushing the sail.
Oh god, imagine if the fish could talk through it as well.
No. Oh my god.
As
Yeah.
as
Please, Darcy, take-
evening is winding down, you all remember that today was the day that they were going to do the culling of the Tenderleashes in Hague.
Well,
Ah.
can't help with that. Or hinder it.
No. So you just remember that that was supposed to be today. You don't know how long you'll be at sea. As nighttime comes, the sun has set, the winds are still picking up, and even though the boat is slowing down, the waves are crashing against it. The winds a whip. It gets hard with the darkness as well, the nighttime cold. Most of you find your ways to stay below deck. You've probably got the stove lit. Maybe some of the wood that Forrest fished up has been used for, for fuel for the furnace as well. Is there anything anyone does before bed?
I have things for after Tinker goes to bed.
Whoa. Whoa.
No, besides feeding magic to the ship, not really.
Yeah. Tinker. As if Tinker if the party kind of splits and like says goodnight and goes to bed, as Tinker closes his door, you'd hear that cacophony of like random noises again that just apparently have no rhyme or reason, but you'd hear those noises again.
Twanging, clanging,
Yep.
springs, sprunging.
Yep, that's it. You'd hear all of that. Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, as long as the party is, because we were talking about people keeping watch, so Mirel might bring that up again and see, like, she's happy to, take first watch, or if they even need a watch, like, discuss that. But other than that,
Oh yeah, I can definitely take a watch.
I mean, I've got a torch, so it's not gonna do very much, but that's okay. Imagine having dark vision.
Imagine.
Yeah, no one said anything about watch to Tinker, so he's just gone to bed.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Yep. So Forrest heads up on deck. Even though it's very windy, it's the night sky is very cold, and there's a lot less stars visible in up above at this time. Seems like clouds are moving in, starting to cover. Trish,
Yep.
you are quite confident a while later that Tinker has fallen asleep because the noise stopped in his room.
So Trish is very quietly gonna open his door.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna
Make stealth
cast.
check.
Ah, dang it. 22, baby.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes, you without a sound you crack the door open.
Now these doors, Josie, do they just open inwards or do they open inwards and outwards?
These doors, I would say, hold on, let me actually check. Does it say anything on the map about it? No, it does not. I would say they probably open outwards because you're supposed
Outwards?
to be able to like rush out of the cabin if something happens.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yep. So
And
you
just
open the
All
door.
hands
There's
on deck.
you
Yes.
see
Mhm.
you just see
Yes.
Tinker sleeping in his little hammock.
she's gonna prestidigitation, if I can say that correctly, and use a very odd odor right in front of your snout.
So you don't step into the room at all?
Nope. She's just seeing in and see where you are, and she's like literally just doing that.
Magically farting in his face as he's sleeping.
Wow.
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 So mature. She's really growing up, you know?
Yeah.
I think that might be my favorite use of prestidigitation ever.
Tinker's done nothing as far as she knows.
Magic.
Darcy read the letter.
Yes.
We don't know that. Tinker
She's been trying to play tricks on you the whole time. This
Yeah.
is just another thing.
I felt like this was
Yeah.
on point.
Her joke book like got half ruined, so she's got to make the best of it, you know? The prank book.
She's gotta entertain herself.
And
Yeah.
if he doesn't move at the odd
Well, hang on. What do I have to roll here to just sort of sniff in, or
Ooh.
or I get woken up by it? What is it, like a Constitution?
Yeah, I'll say make a Constitution save against. What's your spell save DC for it, Trish?
It doesn't have a spell save DC.
No, but not.
Oh,
on the
my
spell,
spell
like,
save
or-
is 15.
Yeah. 15.
Alright.
Okay, so make a con save.
20.
20. Tinker's just sleeping. Like there's no
Unfazed.
reaction at all.
Yeah.
Well, I can cast it again because, I can do it multiple times. But this time, I'm going to put a faint musical note going through your ear. But it ain't a good note. It's a terrible...
Off-key note.
Oh my god.
No.
Jeez.
All right.
Okay, this I'm gonna ask you to make another stealth check because you still got some. You still gotta do your hand gestures and your words to
Yeah,
cast
no.
spells. You gotta. Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, that's good. Can we have a wisdom save this time? for Tinker?
All right. The wisdom saves a lot less, so we got a chance this time. You got a chance. Yeah, it's a 7.
Yes.
You got me that
7.
time.
So you get a screech like of a broken horn or a trumpet like in your ear. And it takes about 2 seconds after you hear that, Tinker, when there's a loud bang, bang, bang on the side of the wall.
Trish is like now going back to her room. Like she heard the bang, 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 and she's like, "Yep, I'm out."
I think. Wait, which room was actually Tinker's room?
Tinker's in his room right now.
No, you're in the storage.
Oh, is he? Shit. Hang on. Oh shit! I locked the door on myself. Hang on.
Oh no.
Yeah, Tinker's in his room, the storage room. No. All right, so
Okay.
Tinker. Okay, so Tinker's in his room there. So the banging would have been in this room.
Oh, yeah.
No,
that
that's
would've been
Trish's
Forrest.
room.
That's Trish's room. Okay, so there's no banging.
There is no
Sorry.
banging,
I got
yeah.
I got the rooms wrong.
Yeah, we need
But
to
you
name
still
the rooms.
get that sharp note in your ear. And, yeah. With your dark vision, though, you do see the door, like, carefully being closed.
Oh, he leaps out the door and bursts outside.
Trish is running. She's
Full
running.
speed.
She's bolting.
Oh. Hang on. So if would he have caught her though? Because you have to travel all the way to the other end of the hallway to get into your room.
Well, all right. Let's
Tinker
see
only had to Tinker had to clear only. Hold on.
You gotta get out of your hammock. Have you ever tried getting out of a hammock?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna say
mean, I
difficult
struggle.
terrain. He had to clear 15 feet. Difficult
And
terrain.
okay,
Trish
if
is
you-
bolting.
Yeah, but considering the placement of the doors, Tinker, you get out into the hallway, and with your dark vision, you clock as the door to Trish's room, like, gets shut.
Oh, it's on all right.
And then you see in the doorway, Nyla pops her head out and goes, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, nothing's going on. Nothing at all. Just the beginning of something beautiful.
Will it be a quiet, beautiful?
To be determined. And he would
No.
fade back into his room.
I just feel like with a handle, he's like reaching all the way up. Like, on the top deck. Forest, you are keeping watch.
Yes.
You do have dark vision thanks to the new lens that was attached to your armor. It's still difficult to see. The waves are rocking. You've got a limited amount of light in the sky. And far away, far to the east, you can just make out in a bank of clouds, just breaking through the familiar pulsating shine of the moon. Is there anything you do for the next coming few hours?
Besides keeping a watch? Not really. Just maintaining his gear, just like normal. He's probably, yeah, it's just probably thinking, because he mentioned it earlier, he's probably just thinking about what might be happening at the fair at this time of year, and you know, because he sort of just remembered that, oh shit, that's actually happening at the moment, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit of, just a small twang of homesick, perhaps.
Yeah. In your bag, you also find that little potted plant in the shape of a wolf that Eobard made.
Potted plant?
Yeah, it's not like potted, but it's got like a little bit of sediment, and there's a wolf figure that looks like it's been grown.
I didn't realize it was still like a plant. I thought it was just like a figure.
It's not like planted as in like with dirt, but it does have like some sediment for its, because it's still like a plant.
That's cute.
Okay.
But to a lot of people, it just looks like it's got a big like disc stand.
Right.
Yeah. The hours pass. Would you kindly make me a perception check?
I can. Nope. 9.
A 9.
Well,
Darkness starts creeping in. Clouds are slowly appearing overhead, hiding away the night sky. Also removing any reflections of the stars in the water itself. Just an encompassing wet and cold darkness. The sound of the waves crashing against the ship. You hear, far in the distance, very far away, sound of rumbling thunder. Very far. As the hour passes, the sound of thunder gets closer. And just hear like no sign of lightning. Just crashing sounds of the thunder that should follow a lightning bolt. A few hours later, you feel like you've done for the night. Sleep is coming to take you. You could stay awake longer if you wanted to, but you'd risk completely ruining your mood for the coming day.
Still pretty early. He'll probably sort of stand up from his wherever he was perching and have a bit of a stretch out the old shoulders. All right. goes downstairs.
Yeah.
Kind of does a light little knock on Tinker's door.
Now,
Tinker, there's a knock on your door.
I'm gonna
Oh,
think for a
no.
second because the last
Oh,
thing they would do is
no.
door.
This is gonna be good. This poor man.
Tinker answers the door normally. Oh, what's going on?
Evening, Tinker.
Oh, Forrest.
I've
What,
just
did you
been-
see something?
Oh, no. I'm just about to go to bed. I thought you might want to keep a wee lookout for a bit.
Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose I could. Yes. Look out. Sure.
Uh-oh.
I'll get right on that.
Uh-oh.
Just go right to bed, Forrest.
Thanks, Tinker. And kind of
You're welcome.
heavily pats you on the head. And then goes into his cabin and yep.
So, Josie,
Yes.
Hmm.
I would
Yes.
like to set. I would like to set up a tripwire outside Trisha's door.
Okay. Yep. What does this tripwire do?
Am I able to, considering I'm an artificer, can I
Just the way you had to say.
can I jury-rig a tripwire that casts grease in a very, very small localized area?
So basically, you just want there to be a grease spill.
Yes.
I would say yes if you mark off a use of the spell slot.
Of course. I'll mark it off for the next day even. that makes it-
No, you don't have to do that.
Oh, okay.
And I
Alright.
want you to make a Tinker's Tool check. So I want you to make a dexterity check, but you get to add your proficiency because you are proficient with tinkering tools.
Yay. Okay. So dexterity. So it will be a. All right. Cool. So we'll do this, and then we'll add a. It is actually a 24.
24, easily enough to do. You take the thinnest durable thread you have. You know that the door opens outwards, so any amount of force would snap this wire. It would do a very, very careful tap on an already cracked container of oil and would just spill out very localized just in front of the door.
Yes. Yep. Excellent.
Wonderful.
And then he will go take watch.
As you head upstairs, the first thing that hits you is the cold wind. It is near freezing outside. It is definitely cold. And you also hear the thunder rumbling
Oh.
in.
That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh. But where's the lightning?
You see no lightning.
It's in the clouds. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Sure.
you can see the clouds? Because you said it was like moonlight. Or is
There's
the
a
moon
little
being
bit, but
Yeah.
the moon currently is very hard to see. There's just a little bit of it peeking down under the clouds to the east.
Oh my gosh,
Every now and
guys.
then, you don't see it constantly, but every now and then it has a little like pulse of light that goes from the top towards the bottom. And then
Oh
you
my
can
gosh.
spot it.
It's blinking, guys. It's totally blinking. The moon's
I know
alive.
it's
We
blinking.
called
I
this
know
before.
the moon is evil.
The
And
moon is
blinking.
evil. Tinker will blow up the moon. It's going to
We're
happen.
gonna blow up the moon. All right, I'm with you on this.
Could I do a perception check just to see, like, if Tinker can sort of figure out what's going on with, like, you know, everything?
Everything? I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more specific.
Look, okay, he's concerned about the weather. So probably more
Make
of
a
a nature
perception.
check. Oh,
I would say in this instance, You could make me a perception check or a survival check.
Oh, okay. We'll definitely go perception then. All right. Cool.
This sound effect was awesome, by the way.
Wagga.
It's very nice.
So the question is, are we on the new day or not? Because
No, not yet.
Okay,
You
then-
get the benefits when you finish the long rest.
Sweet, I will push then. Just not that it's probably going to do much, but nope, it did not do much at all. We will take that 11 and run with it.
11. This is just strange, really. You look up, there's no sign of lightning anywhere. There's a couple of places where the sky is clear and broken up. Stars are visible. But there's just so much darkness around. And just this not quite closing in. But the sound of thunder is... It's moving in your direction, but it may pass by.
Nope. You've peaked Tinker's. Something's not quite right. Indicator with that. He would go up to the captain's quarters and start knocking on the door. Morale, wake up!
What the?
Hold leader, you wake up too.
What? And Muriel will open the door.
Now, just look. There's something weird going on with the weather.
All right. Yeah, Muriel will step outside with you. Oh,
The punctuation, yeah.
that was wow.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
leader,
save
is there
this
something
one.
going on under the water?
Under the water?
Yes, there's something weird going on in the sky.
Nothing that I can tell.
What can I roll? Can I also roll survival?
Yeah, make a survival or perception check.
Oh God, we love survival. Oh, we hate survival.
Still better
Hey,
than
better than
Tinker.
Tinker's.
Yeah. So we got a 13. I think I just hold on. I have to check. I don't think I have anything to push with. I do feel like I used my last little. Wait, no, we got one back, didn't we?
You did. You got one
We
back.
did. Yeah. Okay, I'm
Got
gonna use
one
that
back.
then. Yeah, I will
Okay.
push on this because I feel like it is also important. Oh sure, no fours now. All right, 15.
15.
Yeah.
Listening. Hearing Tinker explain. Thunder without lightning. There's only one thing you know besides there are magic that creates the sound of thunder without any lightning, but listening to this, it still sounds like a storm cloud. And it can only be one thing. The encroaching nimbus. And that's where we're gonna take a break.
I don't like how you said "oh no" there. That's. What's that?
It's
Oh
fine,
no!
guys. It's fine. Everything's fine.
We'll find out after the break.
Someone's got to mention in their law documents, perhaps.
Someone's going
Everything's
You could
fine.
always go check. You could always go check. It might
Everyone,
be there
quickly
for
check law
someone.
documents. Go.
Everything's fine, guys. Nothing's wrong.
Welcome in Tabletop Obscura. Thanks as always for the raid. Just debriefing. That's all good. That's all good. I hope you had a great time. Yeah, I was sitting here looking for good thunder sounds, and I found this one. And
That's a good one.
this one is great. The like the span and directionality of the sounds.
Yeah, it's
really good.
pretty good.
It actually
Very nice.
tricked me because we had thunder today. So when I heard it, I was like, hang on, headphone off. Is that real thunder or normal thunder?
That's
Yeah,
good.
because it's using it's like got that stereo
Yeah.
directionality
Mm.
going.
I love
It's
the
like,
sound of storms. I find them really relaxing.
Omina, I wish we could leave you with the storm sounds, but we're gonna go on our usual break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Everyone, have a great time. I'll be back here shortly.
See you soon.
What?
Welcome back, everybody. We're all here enjoying watching Orb eat ice cream, I think.
Custard.
Oh,
Custard. You're just
Oh.
eating custard from the package.
custard
I can
is
relate.
delicious.
Wow.
Hashtag relatable.
Yeah.
Hashtag so
what
relatable.
a guy.
Let's-
what
Aw.
a guy. Oh,
Hashtag not
that's-
sponsored by Paul's.
Nope.
Paul,
But
that's
Paul.
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 That's Paul.
Yeah, he's
Um,
guzzling Paul's custard right now.
Well, I wanted the double choc, but
God damn it, Roger.
God, end the stream right now.
What? It's
Please,
double
someone
thick.
take-
Let's
tangent away.
introduce ourselves again. I'm Josie Poser, the DM, the dungeon mistress, always benevolent. We have the custard-eating wettest orb who plays Trish Smotherborn. And we have the just freshly pineapple fritter-eaten Roju from Participation Award who plays Forrest Barkley.
Hi.
Hi. We've got Cuddly Raptor who plays Morel, no last name. That is not her last name. She doesn't have a last name. Who is a half-elven sorcerer. And we got Ozzy Devro, who plays Tinker Slobbersnout, who's currently worried about the weather.
Oh, so worried.
Same, to be honest. I'm mildly concerned.
Yeah, I think before we went on break, all the players yelled that they needed to deep dive their lore documents, as I told them that the encroaching nimbus was in fact encroaching. But we
Funny
also
that.
want to say
I've already got it.
welcome in. Thank you, Raiders, once again. Tabletop Obscura has a tendency to raid us almost every Sunday, and we love it. We super appreciate it. And I've been hanging out in their streams as well before we go live, and sometimes in the weekends. And I can highly recommend going to watch them. They're a really funny bunch, really interesting. And they have one of my favorite character names ever, Compostifer. I just can't. That little guy. He's amazing.
He's good.
Compostifer.
It's pretty good. Good name.
It's good. It's good. But we are going to was it very funny? It wasn't? Oh my god, I'll have to go check the VOD. Speaking of VODs, you can check our VODs on our YouTube channel.
Solid segue.
That was a-
Solid segue. Oh, do you know what else we have? We have a Discord server. And Cuddly, what can people do in the Discord server this month?
Oh my gosh. Well, if you like to draw or just make art of any kind, not AI art, just putting it out there. If you want to make fan art, we are having a fan art competition coming up to our, oh gosh, is it 4-year anniversary?
Yep.
Yeah.
You've been putting up with us for almost 4 years. Okay, wow. Yeah, coming up to our 4-year anniversary, we're holding a fan art competition. You can hop into our Discord or slide into it, whatever you prefer. There is a little fan art channel. You can post in there with the spoiler tag, please, so that we can't see it because we don't trust ourselves.
but what do you get if you win the competition?
That's a good
That's
question.
amazing, Orb. I was just getting to that. You win a prize pack of merchandise. You win a t-shirt, your choice of size and color, and you can have a hat, cute little baseball cap.
What about
and-
accessories?
Oh, if you want to accessorize, you get a set of pins of the cast. Now, I did misspeak before. For everyone thinking about this, I said that it had to be of like the party of the Quintessence. No. Any character that we have encountered in the Quintessence so far is fair game. If you like the lovely, oh my god, what's her name? French lady who travels around with a backpack, go for it.
Serena?
Absolutely. Thank you, Serena. If you like her, draw her. Let us see.
If you like our boat,
If you like our boat, draw just like honestly bonus points if you just like draw one of those like stick fish and just put an eye on it and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Do you know what else we do in Discord this month? As we do every month, we do
What
a
do we do?
one-shot for our subscribers.
It's
What
true.
about a 2-shot?
If you're a Twitch
No,
subscriber,
just one.
and you can have the chance to play in one of our one-shots. And this month, we're doing a heist one-shot featuring our very own Roju. Oh my god, Roju, are you excited?
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to play a heist for a long time now. I was going to run one if no one else did.
Yeah. Honestly, I would love to play a heist one, but I feel like also a Lost one would be like right up my alley.
Is your
But
shot?
I am going now to point towards the Dorst, Cuddly.
Okay.
But yes, so this is a big month for Natural 30s. We have our 4-year birthday as a channel coming up. Keep your eyes open for what might happen that Sunday. We have the fan art competition. We have the one shot. And we have all of you wonderful people watching who are just waiting for us to get back into D&D, because now Orb is all custard out. So let's get
I
going.
ran out of custard, not custard out.
Okay.
I want to put that in because I really want more.
He could
custard.
eat
You
more
would
custard.
eat more custard if you had any, is what I'm hearing.
I'm sorry, buddy. That's rough.
That is also
That's
hashtag
rough,
relatable.
buddy.
Actually,
Yeah.
I just remembered I've got ice cream in my freezer for after this. Let's
He
go.
drank Paul dry.
I got nothing.
Got
Can
nothing.
we start, please?
You want to play D&D?
Roji
You want to
comes
worry
up
about the
with more.
weather?
No, because Roji's going to come up with more Paul-related shenanigans, and I don't.
I
feel
resemble
like-
that remark.
God. But yes, people, we're gonna come back in as Tinker Slobbersnout was unable to figure out what was going on with the sky this evening, this late night. And he banged on the door to the captain's quarters, waking up Mirel. Mirel listened towards the rumbling sounds coming slightly closer, creeping towards them or something else nearby. But she had a moment, an epiphany. Thunder without lightning.
It's very, very frightening. Sorry.
That's it for today, folks. We are done. No. But it means that the encroaching nimbus is indeed coming closer.
No.
Well, is this bad or not? Am I just being worried about nothing, or?
Now, I gotta say, as Cuddly, obviously, I have scoured Morel's document,
Mm-hmm.
and Cuddly knows that she has heard of the encroaching nimbus, and
Yes.
Morel obviously remembers
Yes.
what it is, and Cuddly can't find the exact description of what's gonna come eat us. So, Cuddly would like to ask our benevolent dungeon mistress to give us a spin us a yarn, spin us a tale, give us a description of why. I want. Hold on. If I could get down on my knees right now and still be in camera, I would beg for lore.
Because you'd have
Yeah.
to hop off the
The stilts.
Like yeah, like
yeah,
I'm
like-
so. This chair is
phone
jacked
book
up as
that
high as
you're-
it can
she's
possibly
She's saying
go.
that she's sitting, but she's really just standing.
yeah.
Yeah,
On
these,
tippy
this
toes.
is, yeah, I was just gonna say on tippy toes.
Yeah.
The encroaching nimbus. Not urban legend, but definitely not something that everyone gets to see. It is a cloud for all intents and purposes. Huge, dark, dense, and it does not move as the wind moves. It seems to have a mind of its own, as it just hungrily crawls its way across the sky. Now, you may have heard about this before because it was also mentioned in one of our lore nuggets.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's it.
But the encroaching nimbus seems to target ships.
course it does. Of course it does.
Flying ships.
Oh.
Oh, okay. No, we're
It
fine.
seems to turn and move into the way of the flying airships. And as they enter the cloud, they say only screams can be heard. And splinters and bodies fall from the
We
cloud.
need both those things.
Okay.
Perfect.
Some
Silver
of the
lining.
fall-
You know, this
some
solves
of
all
the
of our
fallen
problems.
bodies stand back up in
Oh,
a state of decay and undeath.
okay, maybe. I go,
But that means we don't have to carry them to the mouth.
They'll just walk to the mouth for us. Oh, that's even better.
I will
Hey,
reiterate the lore nugget if you would like.
I would love
Yes,
like,
please.
a reiteration.
It goes, the encroaching Nimbus just swallowed another cargo vessel, Tower Master. Do we send a relief unit? No. We wait till it passes and pray to Reckwall that the victims stay dead this time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. So, gee.
well, Morel, is it bad? Should I be panicking? Should I go wake everyone up?
Do not panic. Be concerned. And Josie, on a scale of like 1 to, this is a little bit dangerous. There's a lot bit dangerous. Do we think we're like a 15 on our lovelies? Maybe like there's a lot bit. I'm concerned.
Considering that this does not follow air currents, there's never anyone who can predict where it's going to move.
Mm-hmm.
But it is getting closer, but it's hard to tell if it's moving in your exact direction, but it is definitely moving westward from the east.
Hmm.
It is also slightly to the north.
Don't like that. Tinker, have you heard of the encroaching Nimbus?
Has Tinker heard of the encroaching Nimbus?
That's such a great question.
Would
Make
That's
a
why I
history
asked
check.
it.
Make a history
I
check.
hope it's just a no,
Excellent.
and I'll be like, oh, everything's fine.
Well, apparently Tinker knows everything about the encroaching Nimbus.
Excellent.
He rolled a natural 20, so...
Now that you mention it, Morel.
Oh, no, yeah, you say that name, that just unlocked every memory. Oh gosh, the encroaching...
Yeah, I will say
Don't
with a
panic.
natural 20, maybe you don't have like all the information, but you've had a personal connection to it because of the when you took an airship, or you were going to, from Goldflow to Port Smargad, around like a couple of weeks after you were first booted from your home, your flight was delayed severely because the encroaching Nimbus had been spotted in the area, and
Right.
there was like a no flight signal for everyone until it was a significant distance away.
Oh, I've definitely heard the name before. I remember it grounded a whole bunch of airships when I was traveling a bit ago. So, is it just like a storm, or is it... I mean, it sounds like it's just a storm.
Well, if just a storm sometimes rained dead bodies that did not stay dead, then yes, it would be just a storm.
That seems overly excessive for a storm.
A little bit. Look, usually it does just go for airships, but I do not know if it also likes water ships. I have never seen it. I have only heard tales.
How's Holy taking this info, considering we're sort of like
Yeah,
in
we're kinda
the
like-
doorway of the, and we're talking about ships being eaten by.
You look over to the fish on the wall.
You are back asleep.
Well,
We have to tell him.
yeah, I suppose we do.
Do we? There is no way to
How would
tell
you get
whether
away
he's-
from it? We're just gonna wiggle our ass in a general direction and maybe walk away from it slowly.
Do you have a better idea?
No, I don't. I don't have a better idea. It's a giant cloud that rains dead bodies.
Right. Hold eater. Hold eater.
What? No.
We have a problem with the weather.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of the encroaching nimbus?
Sounds familiar? Is that where the sound's coming from?
Yes, and the problem is we do not know where it is going. And do you count as a sheep?
I guess.
Okay, legend says that it is drawn to airships, so we are wondering if that also extends to water ships. And therefore you.
It's passed above me a few times. It's never really been an issue.
Oh, so when you were stuck.
Yeah. That's where the guy who had the stick came from.
Oh, so we can't. Oh.
Yeah. He didn't want to talk about it. Every time I asked, he just turned so pale. Wouldn't talk for a couple of days.
Oh.
Are
That's interesting.
we going to be?
No, he fell from it, which means it
I
didn't.
mean, all right, no. So you will be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry for waking you.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Well, in that case, if Whole Eater isn't concerned, then I'm certainly only a little bit less concerned. I'll keep an eye on it, an ear out for it, and not that I have ears, but I'll keep an ear hole out for it, and then we'll see where we go. If I see any raining dead bodies, I will yell very loudly.
It's raining, Mom. It's raining, Mom.
I appreciate
with
that. Do you want a hand keeping an eye out?
I'm just trying to remember. Morel was very worried about the moon when we were last encountering, like, the moon and like what it does and all that sort of jazz, right? Yeah. Tinker would remember this and go, no, I think you should stay inside. The moon's it's kind of flickering on and like very bright and then not very bright, and I just thought maybe you should just stay in there.
No, it did. All right, and she actually pushes past you and like
What?
goes outside and looks at the moon. And I want to make a perception check because if that fucker blinks again, I swear to God, I'm gonna poke it with a stick, forest stick to be precise.
Sorry.
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna poke the moon, Tinker.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay.
Hold on, Morel. What are you
I
doing?
just have to see. I'm sorry. An 11, and I can't.
I mean, it's the moon. You kind of can't.
Yeah,
miss
the moon, and it's like it's not always glowing. It does. It has these rather than a full glow like light reflecting off of our moon. This one has almost like these veins or cracks that just glow. But right now they're pulsating, like they go from top towards the bottom, like. Vroom, vroom.
Now that I think about it, that's really not normal, right?
All right, and she kind of like pulls herself away and goes back in the cabin. Tinker, last time we had an encounter with the moon, and
I remember
looked
that.
at it, and I could have sworn I saw it blink. And I thought I was crazy, but it is pulsing now, no? I
It's
never
definitely
really looked
pulsing.
at the moon. I do not even want to look at the moon. I never
What?
look at the moon.
Hang on, Jersey. Just in general, how much about the moon does the general populace of this world know? Like, do we?
Yeah, are we
Because-
like freaking out over nothing.
Like, do we know
Right
that
now?
it's a? Do we know it's like just a heavenly body? Like, is it another landmass that just
I
exists
don't-
in space, or is it?
I mean, legends say that there's a city on top where the 5th goddess Sandra, the 1st goddess, lives.
I think it's her eyeball, but okay. Yeah.
The elves
I,
all claim they come from the moon.
That's
but
right. I
there's-
remember that.
There's no like proof.
Mm.
They just always seem to know where the moon is.
And obviously, I'm not going to go staring at the moon a lot. But
Yeah, if they look at the moon for too long, bad things happen.
Mm.
And the moon just also moves on its own, and it's not like in the sky. It's
Moons,
in the
clouds.
clouds.
That's fine. Just go where they want.
So this would be considered not normal, but like kind of okay moon behavior.
This would be rare, but not unheard of moon behavior,
Okay. All right. Okay. All
Okay.
right.
is what I'd call it.
I suppose I am just worked up because I never really look at the moon.
Well, I mean, it is pulsing. Pulsing normally means, well, it can mean a lot of things.
It's charging its moon laser.
Could be.
Look, maybe I was very tired, but I could have sworn I saw it blink.
All right. Well, I'll.
Ignore the moon. Who needs to look at the moon, right? Right?
I mean, no. I mean, it's just there. Look, you go back to bed. I'll keep an eye on everything out here. I was very bored before, but now this is all very exciting. And then, if something bad happens, I will yell really loudly, as I said before.
All right. I will try to sleep with all of this.
Yes, we've got a pulsing moon. We've got a cloud that eats people, apparently, and
Ships and
and our
ships.
ship isn't moving, or as much help, really.
Well, they're resting.
Yeah, but we can't get away on it. So in a panicking situation or a get out dodge situation, not the best option. And you can't really help too much because if you go outside for too long, you might end up all,
I get it.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. Just go back to bed.
Sure. Yeah.
And with
Well,
Tinker will just walk himself outside and just look up, just and just keep an eye on everything.
Girl's gonna try and sleep, but I don't know how well that's gonna work.
That's up to you, really.
Hmm.
Luckily, your bed does have like doors, so you can like shut yourself in. You also have Eleonora is currently taking the spot exactly where you were laying, like using your pillow almost like to like perch up against, like lean against, and she's just laying where your like shoulder area was on the bed.
Yeah, Mirel notices this and gives her even more room, so it's like Eleonora 3/4 of the bed, Mirel like one sliver. Yeah.
Yep, that's about right. Thunder keeps rumbling throughout the night. And a couple of hours later, it slowly gets more and more quiet.
Oh, good.
Seems whatever this rumbling is, it's passing to the north of you, moving further north and away.
Okay. All right.
I like that.
No,
I'm
because
happy with
Tinker
that.
is pleasantly pleased. Is the moon now more visible now that like it's sort of all cleared away a little bit?
There's still lots of clouds in the sky. The moon is definitely visible from time to time. You see the nightly light show, if you will, of the moon as its underbelly sticks out below the cloud banks. But nothing else happens.
What if you look at it with the telescope?
I want to do that.
I don't think it's a good idea.
You can slowly see the sun starting to rise.
Heartbeat tomorrow.
Light is starting to creep up. And you see a strange sight.
Oh.
The sun is rising. The sky and the horizon is slowly starting to glow and emit, like it goes from the darkness to blues, where the clouds are covering, they're starting to light up, and far away, far where you can just spot the faintest peaks of the higher mountains, a little speck of light peers over the tops. Like just a little tiny source of light is moving along the peaks of the mountains.
Tinker will go grab the telescope and try to train it on the little speck.
Make a perception check.
Alright. Feeling I know what this is, but nah. There's like there's some residue on the telescope or something you can't see.
Yeah, and by the time you get fully adjusted and like dialing in, the light is gone.
Oh. Oh well. That's a mystery for another day. Tinker checks the moon is completely gone.
It's not gone, but it's like the light that the moon emits is a lot harder to spot as the morning is coming to. Like the light of the sun and the sky are just contrasting out the flares.
Tinker will train the telescope on the moon. Now that he's at it, he's kind of thinking about it. So I figure it's an idea he would have now.
Okay. You can definitely turn the telescope to look towards the moon. Make a perception check.
Sure.
Natural 20.
Not quite. We'll take a 14.
14.
You know what? We'll take
It's respectable.
You look over at it, peering, looking, and it's annoyingly enough, the light is just clouds, the sunlight, it's just whatever details you might have been able to seek, they're being obscured.
Yeah.
And stretching, yawning, you realize you spent most of this raucous, thunder-filled night awake, and you probably could get a couple of hours in, as you also start to feel movement, as Hold Eater wakes up and starts slowly trudging forward. Check the heading before you leave and just adjust accordingly.
And yeah, he'd make his way down to his hammock.
Downtown?
Yep. He won't. He's not walking very fast. No. Don't know why I would think that. And he'd just hop on his hammock. He won't wake anyone else up. He'll just hop on the hammock and have a bit of a snooze.
Morning comes. Forrest is probably the first one to wake up, even though he was up late.
Wake up.
Wake up! So you stretch, you get out of your hammock, and the second one to wake up, unless anyone has anything else to say, is probably Hold Eater, who now is awake, is trying to very quietly. It's doing that thing where it's like when you're having a sleepover, you don't want to wake someone up, but you sort of want to get them to wake up on their own. So there's just a lot of
Okay, so the third one to wake up is gonna be Morel. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Good morning.
Good morning.
How did you sleep? You did sleep, yes?
Yeah. Yeah. I did.
It's actually how I feel right now, so that's like
Yeah.
so relatable. Good.
We do have a little problem, though.
What is the problem?
Well, let's just hope the Tinker is true to his promise and tames the winds today.
Oh, did he promise to tame
I mean, didn't
the
he say he
winds?
would?
Probably knowing him. I can.
Because otherwise we might be in trouble.
Ah, I see. I will talk to him about it.
All right.
And
as you
Muriel
step out
is
of the
very
cabin,
perplexed.
you see to the south of you, there's a massive twister.
Uh-oh.
Steps right back in the cabin. Goes. Oh,
Tame-
so
tame
there
those
is
winds."
there is a twister. Is that what you
Yeah.
meant? Ah.
Yeah.
Yep. Talking to him right away. She's gonna go down and she's probably gonna pass Forrest, be like,
Yeah, you pass Forrest,
you-
who's on his way up to the deck to just to stretch and.
be careful. Go down.
What?
Tinker's door.
No, just 5 more minutes.
All right. Well, I'm giving you 5 seconds.
Door.
5 minutes, not seconds. Do you even know what minutes are?
I'm opening the door.
Don't open the door.
Just gonna
Do you open the door?
I open the door.
Tink is stark naked.
Oh my god, I'm closing the door.
His cloaca, I told you.
I'm walking upstairs. I'm going to pretend nothing happened. She
What,
just goes
what
like,
did you think he'd booby trap the room or something?
I definitely thought he'd be trapped
Oh,
the room.
that's 100% what I thought.
Yeah, like I thought.
Yeah,
after
I
the
feel like this was the booby trap, really.
Oh,
I just assumed. I would assumed that she'd get like a pie to the face or something, and it would be all funny and over. But no, she's
No,
she's
no.
traumatized for life now. It's fine.
that's Tinker subverting expectations.
Never let them know your next move.
Never let him know.
Yeah. So she will.
But yeah,
Uh,
he
yeah.
eventually comes out. It's like,
A very light drizzle has started as well, but while it might be a light drizzle usually, the powerful winds that are churning all around you makes it's just stinging as you get these tiny droplets just flinged at your face constantly.
You hear from above deck, "Hey, Morel, what's this wind thing?"
And it's just a turning pillar of air and a bit of water that's just like
Yeah. Morel is gonna go up and probably take the wheel and try to figure out where its path is and where they can most easily get out of the way.
make a survival check.
Oh, I would never wanted a survival check to be quite so high as it is right now. Oh, we take those. 21.
21, it looks like it's heading almost immediately in your direction.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
As in,
And
it seems to be moving north. You are heading in a northwest direction, but this twister
Oh.
is heading north.
okay, so if we kind of just turn northeast, we could probably get out of its way and then
With the
turn-
21, I will say it's not super likely to collide with you all, but it will definitely affect the waters and the winds as it passes by. Even if you're keeping your current heading, you'll definitely be far enough to not get sucked into it, but it
That'd be
will
nice,
create
yeah.
Well, that's
the
good.
water
That's
will
something.
be definitely something to deal with.
Yeah.
Whereas if you headed directly west, you'd get further away from it.
She will relay this information to when Tinker comes up, and to also Forrest, and she probably at this point will also go knock on other cabins now that she's like, okay, no immediate threat.
If you go towards Trish's door, Tinker will hold out a hand and go, allow me.
All right.
Well,
just tell them to meet me up.
so Trish is awake by this time,
Oh,
but
no.
she doesn't know what's going on, so she's trying to play another trick.
Okay.
She's going to disguise self as Forrest.
With the way the disguise spell work, you won't be able to be as tall as Forrest.
Doesn't matter.
You'll look like a proportionally correct Forrest with the outfit and everything, but
Just
it's
slightly
like
shrunken.
but it's like 1 foot too short.
That's amazing.
So yeah, so Trish is just more or less getting ready, getting herself sort of situated, trying to get the walk ready as she's pacing the room at this point in time.
Yeah, and there's a knock on your door.
Trish, we got problems topside. Quick, come on.
And in a
And
most
Tinker would leap back.
Forrest pretending voice, she would go, "What are you talking about? Forrest is in here. There's no Trish in here."
That didn't sound like Forrest at all.
No, I'm not
No,
doing
no,
it.
no,
I'm
wait.
not doing it.
Make a performance check.
Oh,
I wasn't even going to try.
But I want to hear it.
Womp womp.
Yeah, it's basically just Trish doing her best Forrest impression, but it's definitely not Forrest.
Tinker dejectedly walks over, knowing what he's about to say will get thrown back in his face if he doesn't do this. He disables his trap. Because he then stands up and goes, Trish, this is no time for playing around and being fool. There is actually an emergency upstairs. Get your ass up there.
With hearing that, she then opens the door. You see a smaller Forrest.
You see a short Forrest.
Oh, Trish, please. Trish.
We don't have time. We got to go upstairs. And she
Take
runs
the damn thing off.
upstairs.
Everyone knows who you want you to look like. Just take the damn thing off.
She runs upstairs. Too late.
Oh, my. And then Tinker will knock on Naila's door.
Naila is like in the middle of like just pulled some clothes on and opens the door and says, "There's a ruckus. What's going on?"
Yeah, there's some form of, I don't know, weather disaster happening outside. You might just want to hold on.
Do you need help with anything? And you do like hear like some creaking, and Vanya comes like walking towards the door. Still got her makeshift splint. And she says, "Is there anything I can do? What's happening?"
This is throwing Tinker because, like, literally the previous day and previous days, she's been an absolute wreck. So now he's very. Oh. Well,
I mean, she still looks like injured, but she's rested. She's
Yeah.
Mechanically recovered from 2 of her wounds.
oh, okay, right. All right, that's kind of good. Well, you can, if you want to come up on deck, that's fine. Just know there's a lot of wind and rain about to start. There's something going on. I haven't actually checked yet, but morale seems rattled.
All right. And she goes to take a step. She like fumbles it a little bit, and Nyla catches her, and they walk up towards the stairs together. And a couple of minutes later, everyone is now gathered on deck, watching this storm coming towards you all. And the rain is not picking up in intensity, but the wind speed is making it a problem.
Muriel
whipping
will
it
usher
around.
all of them into the captain's, like the cabin, so that Hold Eater can also kind of listen in. And she'll just say, "Look,
Yeah,
if
you walk in and Hold Eater's like,
I'm sorry. Look, if we stay our course, we should not hit it, and it should not hit
I'm
us.
trying!
But no, I'm just saying, it will be difficult, and Hold Eater, you will, do your best." It is look. It is all right if we go a little off course.
I wonder, would a regular ship be feeling this exact same feeling, except because it's not alive, it can't express itself? So in a way, do you think regular ships go through this sort of pain?
Do ships feel
No.
pain normally?
I don't think so.
And Trish copies what you said.
This-
And then Forrest like turns around like fingers and like,
And this is also the first time that Mirel kind of like takes and just looks
But
at Big
she-
Forest, looks at Little Forest.
She's gonna try again in the best voice she could.
What are
Hey, I mean,
what are you doing?
after listening,
Now that you are actually mimicking and copying, you're getting the cadence, and it's just a little mini me essentially happening.
Hmm.
Forrest
I can't
kind of
believe.
like puts his arm out and kind of like swipes through the top of the illusion's head, like,
Yeah.
I thought so.
Right, so you're saying, Morel, we should be okay. We just
Or-
need to keep an eye on Hold Eater.
Yes, or we can go west. It will give us a bit more distance, but we will take longer. And I want all of your input.
Well, I mean, if it's not gonna hit us, then that's all right, then, isn't it?
yes, I agree. Second Forest.
Second Forest.
Please don't engage her. Please. Just,
I think
Holy,
you'll
did you-
find I'm the first Forest.
oh no.
No, I'm first Forest.
You see, like, Hold Eater's just looking so strained. Like, if this taxidermy fish could sweat, oh boy, it'd be sweating.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just like any other storm. If it's not gonna hit us, then we just weather it, eh?
Look, what if we could just, try to make things easier for Hold Eater, like make him more comfortable. Hold Eater, do you need us to pat you down? Do you need a drink or?
It's just a bit much. I'll get there. I'm just having to, fight the winds and the currents and moving and
You're doing very well.
thank you.
Do you need more juice?
I don't know if that'll help right now.
Well, if you do need anything, you let us know. We'll do our best to help.
All right.
I suppose stay below decks otherwise, right?
Yeah. Everybody get safe. I'm doing what I can.
Thank you. And
Just point me in a direction.
all right, so we point Hold Eater just in like the direction that we were going in, just very
Yeah.
slow.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like I was
We will
just
weather
trying to
the
get like
storm.
we will weather the storm.
I'll take the wheel and I'll ride the storm through.
Nice.
Good. Good.
I'd like to see the fake Forest do that.
She sort of just blinks and goes blink, blink, blink. Nah, Second Forest has got it.
You're
Nyla
being
and
weird,
Vanya
Trish.
are just listening in currently, and definitely looks like Vanya is, like thinking. She's very clearly looking just like she's going through things in her head, and Nayla is just like supporting, like holding her up and looking at her a bit worried, looking around. And I'm just gonna check what they may have access to.
Like we are so far out of Tinker's forte. He's got nothing.
Yeah.
Wind,
I-
rain, water,
I
sea.
mean, I like fishing, but I don't know about these storms that keep coming through. First, there's a giant man-eating cloud, and then there's like a giant water twister. This is fine.
This is
This is
fine.
fine.
What do you mean?
This is fine. Everything's fine.
With
This
no
is
one really
so
catching
fun.
on to Trish's joke, she's gonna just drop the disguise. She's like, oh.
No one. They're like, no.
I mean, we caught on.
Tinker just disabled his trap because he wanted to chastise you more than anything else. Because if he
that
had
must
let
have
you
hurt for
step into
him,
the
yeah.
trap, then he would have just been encouraging this.
So
There's a
funny.
time and a place.
I'm just looking what they have because they're not
Hmm.
like useless NPCs. They still have things they can do as well.
Josie, no NPCs are useless. How could you
I mean,
say that?
some might be.
Never. Not a single. Name a single and don't actually name a single NPC.
While we got the time, Trish is gonna change back into a normal Emberkin sort of look.
Yeah.
Not crit. Don't.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
Lozapan.
god, these are fighting
Got
words.
it. Got it.
No,
I
I'm,
see.
I'm on board, Lazapan. I'm a crater hater.
Wow.
Oh,
No, no.
destroyed.
I can't.
That crater aid. Oh my god.
That would make a good shirt.
Great
here we
raid.
go.
No, never. Worse than surly yourself.
All right.
Oh, Josie, does this not? Okay, so keep in mind that I, Cuddly, have
Mhm.
little
Cuddly
to no,
Raptor.
like yeah. Like sure, I can swim. Boats beyond me. So I'm just wondering if this specific boat has an anchor, and if that would at all help us.
You've
in a
not
storm.
seen an anchor.
No anchor. Okay, that's
No.
fine. We don't even need one.
No
Put it on the
anchor.
Fine.
list.
I hate anchors anyway. Cool. Just make it sure.
Hold on.
Yeah, who even thought about anchors, honestly?
Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, they should get out.
actually, you see, Nyla is like having a hushed conversation with Vanya, and Vanya definitely has like a light bulb moment. And then says, "Tinker, we're gonna need some of your stuff.
How much stuff?
What have you got? Show me your stuff."
All right, follow me.
Hmm?
That was a does he take off his pants roll or not?
Not again.
Not junk stuff.
I don't need this.
So
warning.
Nyla helps Vanya down the stairs, and they follow you, I assume, to your chamber.
Yep, and he starts pulling out stuff. Like,
Mhm.
there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff that I couldn't list all the stuff because the stuff would just take too much time to list.
That's a
Honestly,
lot of stuff.
That's a lot
But-
of stuff.
in terms of, do you want literally what does he have? Like in terms of usable
Yeah, like,
items? Okay.
and you know that Vanya did go through your backpack looking for like at your tools and your
Yeah,
equipment.
like you've got alchemist supplies, you got thieves' tools, tinker's tools, wood carving tools, and then they've got like a proper like actual hammer rather than just like a little tinkering hammer. He's got a crowbar.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's really, there's not too much really beyond that.
Yeah.
Rope, grappling hook, but that's all kind of been sort of fixed together now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's
hold
obviously got like his sort of like smattering of raw materials, but like I'm not making anything actually impactful with them to preserve,
And then, so you see Vanya starts almost like lining up your stuff. Like she's taking your system and applying her own sorting system.
Oh, the eye is twitching. The eye is twitching so
Yeah.
bad. It is-
And she sees it and she says, "I'm sorry, it's just so I can figure out if this idea works, and then we can put it back
Nope.
your way."
I know. I get it.
First
I
off,
hate it,
we
but I
have
get
an
it.
idea. We have an idea. We have an idea.
Get
Okay.
it.
What's the
Because
idea?
And Vanya says, "The ship is alive, right?
Yes.
Like, I hate the idea, but it might work. Like, the idea of the ship being alive terrifies me.
Oh, well, he's actually quite nice once you actually have a
Is there
conversation with him.
anywhere we can make direct contact with the living part?"
Oh, is there ever?
Don't like it, but yep.
And Tinker will...
Because if we can find an actual part of wherever it is, we might be able to get it to
Hold
move
Eater.
faster. Is that the name of the ship?
That's the name he gave himself. Yes, Hold Eater.
Hold Eater.
Yes.
Bit ominous, but I like it.
Most certainly. You're gonna love the next thing, though. And
Huh?
Tinker
Yeah,
throws
what?
open the doors of the engine room. Probably should have warned her.
Vanya immediately goes like, "No, I can hold it in until later." And
Just don't look at the eyeball.
Nyla definitely is like, "Yeah, this is about what I expected." Yeah.
Oh,
why
checks
would
out.
I expect
So
anything else?
essentially, that's his eyeball. He can see us right now. He can't talk to us, but he can see us.
Yeah,
That
and
mouth-
then Vanya looks at the eyeball and goes,
Now, that mouth there, whatever you put into this mouth actually becomes fuel, and Hold Eater can sort of utilize the material, and we've been feeding it wood, and it's actually regrowing the mast.
And Vanya sort of looks around and is like, "I have a million questions. But not for now. Tinker, we might need your help, though."
I'm not getting in the mouth.
No. No one's getting in the mouth. Also, I'd rather touch the eyeball than this.
Oh, I don't think Hold Eater would
Oh.
like that. Can't we just touch his tooth or something?
Here's the plan. Nyla, and Nyla nods, says that she can make things go faster. But usually it's like for people to move faster. But I think that we can jury rig a little something to give it extra juice. And
Right.
hopefully it might work. It might have... it might work. It might work.
Let's give it a go.
All right. And she starts grabbing some of your stuff, and Nyla lays out all of her various bone bits, which you do see are actual dragon bones. And starts moving them, arranging them, while you see Vanya starts to carve what definitely looks, using one of your chisels, carving circuitry into the wood
Oh,
that goes towards where the eye, like where the wood turns into the actual flesh of the eye. And says, "Tinker, do you have anything? Do you have any form of conductive component available?"
yeah. Tinker would grab out conductive. Yeah, he'd grab out probably. He's got a dagger. The metal of a dagger would be conductive,
Mhm.
I would say. Or a crowbar, possibly
Yeah.
also conductive. Yeah.
Love that he's just got a crowbar.
Yeah. He'd pull out the
You
crow.
just
He'd
put
pull out the
some,
crowbar.
put some
Yeah,
bits. You
stars
sort of
bring out
like
some
start
stuff, yeah.
aligning.
Yep.
And Nyla just looks, well, a little bit worried, if anything. It just says, "Ilverol, please make this work." And then, like, whispers something in the cold breeze of her air. And you see energy starts moving along the grooves through the conductive pieces that you've put down. And everyone in the ship suddenly feels like a ka-chunk, like a lurch as the boat starts moving slightly faster.
Oh.
As they have created a an alternate version of the Long Strider spell.
Oh. Okay, cool.
Because Hold Eater is somewhere in between object, construct, and creature. And Naila says, I don't know if it's gonna last. Usually it holds out for about an hour, but I can definitely tell it's not. I could probably up this a couple of times, but we might be able to get away.
No, that's probably a bad idea. Or it's a good idea. No, it's a bad idea. Not
And Vanya
really.
will look at you, put a hand on your shoulder, Tinker. All ideas are good until proven differently. You don't know if they're bad until something bad happens.
No, this is definitely a bad idea. Don't tempt me with that. And then he looks at his bag of holding. No, don't want to do that. This will have to do.
Do it.
But all of you aboard the ship feel that it's moving faster. Currently, Hold Eater is moving at 40 foot rather than 30.
Oh.
Currently. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Oh my
good,
God.
good.
I'm sorry. I'll go now.
I want you all to know, Vanya was almost trying to convince Tinker to pull out the branch of eternity.
I mean,
Oh, that is a bad idea.
is it?
I
Thought about it.
thought you were just gonna suck up more seawater and do something with that, but
No, I don't want to make Holdy to vomit.
glub glub.
However, in order to do this, both Vanya and Naila have to expend essentially one spell slot equivalent per 30 minutes
Okay.
to maintain.
And it
Alright.
lasts like
Half an
2
hour.
hours? Oh, half an hour. Yeah, half an hour.
Half an hour.
But then, yeah, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Happy.
So, with this in mind, it looks like you'll be able to probably get out before the worst of the storm hits all of you.
Excellent.
Yay, we love that.
How did Holdy feel about all this cutting and scraping so close to his eyeball?
Well, Mirelle, are you hanging
would-
out?
Yeah, I would be hanging out in the cabin.
You just hear a, "What's happening? Oh, those are pretty. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No! Ah! Ah! Oh, thank God. Oh, what's that? Oh, no. Ah!
Are you
Oh,
alright?
okay. Yeah, I'm fine. And then you feel the lurch, like, ka-choom. The ship starts moving.
She's like thrown back a little. Did you do that?
Yes. But no.
Hmm.
Sorry, the face you just made.
It was so good.
What is Trish doing? Are you also in the cabin? Just holding down the fort?
Trish is probably just writing in the daily log.
Okay.
Lots of panic is written. Fish is grunting like it needs to poop. Yep, just
Yep.
a lot of ship logging.
Okay. Expending a fair amount of effort. Within the next hour or so, you feel like you've gained enough distance that if the storm continues on the trajectory it had, you'll be able to just get a little bit of the end of the storm. And you manage to travel bigger distance than you expected, really. As I am going to try to... How does this work?
Maths?
More math?
Math.
More math.
Don't even say math. No.
And as you move away, eventually, Hold Eater slows down and the speed isn't re-upped. The exhaustion caught up to Vanya. The moment of excitement, the adrenaline. And she's once again resting. But Nyla steps out. Probably for the first time properly. Walks up on deck and takes in the view all around you. The light rain coming down, but the wind is easing up. And you can start to see the edge of a tall cliff in the direction you're headed.
Oh.
And that's where we're gonna win. Blah blah blah. That's where we're winding up for today. Where I'm wound up. God,
Wow,
I
wow.
can't. Wow, wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
Yay! That's
Wow.
There you go.
I'm so excited.
All
Are
right.
you all excited? Who else is excited?
I mean, land. That'd be pretty nice.
Oh,
Land ho.
What'd you call me?
A land ho.
you heard me.
Orlando.
You call me a land hoe?
Orlando.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Thank you,
so-
Josie.
Yes, thank
I
you.
rolled on that weather table, and
really did.
It was real bad.
I was a little
Got
concerned about that cloud.
All
I'm not
kinds
gonna
of
lie.
storms.
Yeah.
All kinds of storms, and we were just like, well,
It's like all kinds of
Yeah.
storms, and
Oh,
then
nice.
Really,
nothing.
there's not really a lot you can do.
storm's gonna storm.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
gotta
like-
watch it happen.
One day we'll have a sail.
Oh yeah, when we get a sail, everything will
Oh,
change.
everything's gonna change, baby.
Tinker
Sail.
will rig up some form of wind machine, and we'll be fine.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I would like to veto the skin sale, but other than that, I think I'm.
I think Tinker
I
has
mean-
already forgotten about that suggestion.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
It's got a lot to recommend it. If it wasn't a ship that could already just grow a sail with other materials, there'd definitely be an argument for a self-repairing sail.
Yeah. Oh
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we just buy like
I mean,
that's
what, if you had the resources on hand to feed it as well, like they would be like, oh, the ship repairs itself overnight.
yeah,
I
that's
see paint. Does it get a really nice paint job done?
just dip paint down the gullet
Yeah.
of it.
I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Maybe.
I don't really want to
Maybe.
tip lead paint down.
I never
doesn't have
said
to
it
be
was
lead.
What?
Wow.
Oh, of course.
Lead.
I
Why
mean,
would we
look.
use lead?
Maybe I can just tip dye down it. You know, like
Yeah,
Look
but
at
Tinker
them.
only has lead-based products. Sorry,
that explains so much.
I hate it. I hate it.
I also hate it.
He's not
What if-
planning
what
on
are-
keeping his high IQ, is what he's
What's in
saying.
these cure wounds? Like, oh yeah, drink it.
Oh, yeah, he
drink it.
just sprinkles in a little bit of.
So you're like cured on the day, but over time you just get lead poisoning.
Mhm, mhm.
The ones he's been given Nyla just. Oh,
That's why he
God.
cured her so many times.
What is going on?
I
here?
don't know. We're
Horrific.
delirious, Josie.
I don't like it.
Hey, I disabled the trap. All right, I
You did.
I did.
You
disable
did.
it.
I was kind of looking.
I
forward to that,
was
I'm not gonna lie.
ready to ask Orb to make a dexterity saving
I,
throw.
I was preparing to go in it. No doubt. 'Cause
I
the
just-
minute you said it was going to be emergency, she was going to bolt out.
Yeah, I knew that if it was like an actual emergency, that it wouldn't have been the right thing. And Tinker's got enough sense to know, like, no, this is
Tinker has
gotta.
sense.
He has common sense. He
Mhm.
does. Yeah, he does.
And
Tries to.
willpower usually. Like
Yeah.
on the roll of a die, he's got that willpower. He's got that like
Yeah.
yeah, he can definitely hold himself back.
Yeah, just an inquisitive little boy.
I cannot believe you were naked in there. I can't.
It was a hot night.
I mean,
should've
the
known.
rooms
I
are
should've
the
known.
room. You like the rooms have floor heating.
Yeah, exactly. It's a warm ship.
Warm. Yep. No, you're right.
Self-warming
You're
ship.
right. Yep. I don't know what I expected. It wasn't that.
Yeah, and then like
I don't think anyone of us expected it, just like the Spanish Inquisition. And this segue. Thank you, everyone, for viewing. I've been Josie Poser, the Dungeon Mistress of this campaign. And I've got all my friends here. We've got Roju from Participation Award.
Hi.
Say hi, Roju.
Hi, Roger.
We got Wettesdorb. Say hi, Orb.
hi Orb.
We got Cuddly Raptor. Say hi, Cuddly Raptor.
Hi, Cuddly Raptor.
And Aussie Devro. Say hi, Aussie Devro.
Hi, Aussie Devro.
Wow, isn't that lovely?
You're so funny.
And we will do one last quick announcement. We have things happening this month. Feel free to join the Discord. There's the monthly one-shot. We have a fan art competition and our 4-year special coming up. So join Discord. Keep your eyes out. Keep your ears in. All your limbs inside the ride at all times. And
Yours forgetting something.
And hopefully we can get there in the end.
One
Friends,
day.
this has been lovely. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the raids. Thank you, Pabor, as always, for the maximized Trojan Gun emote. Probably one of the best emotes ever.
So
Thank you,
good.
Josh, for coming in.
That's good.
We want to thank all the followers, all of the everything. Everyone is so wonderful. We will see you all next time. We are gonna take you all with us somewhere.
I've got it. You
Somewhere.
want to
Got it.
Got it.
Oh,
I'm,
got
I'm
it?
just. I'm
We're
going.
going.
I'm
We're
going.
Oh, great. We
We're
got
going?
got a raid
You're
message as
going.
well.
We're going.
All right.
Yeah, we're going. People, we will see you next time. Right now, we're gonna hang out in the wokest game of the season, Dragon Age.
All right.
God. Good luck, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.